Why, hello, everybody! We are live with the #1 episode of the Bert MMA live show. Now, you might be wondering, what in the world is the Bert MMA live show? Well, every day around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, somewhere around that range, we're going to go live for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, however long it must be, and we're going to go over the biggest predictions of the day. Today, it's going to be UFC Fight Night Vera versus Cruz, full card prediction. We're going to do UFC Fight Night Vera versus Cruz, confident picks. And then, once all of that is done, we got Dana White's Contender Series, Week 3 full card prediction and confident picks. We got Jamahal Hill versus Dominick Reyes. That could be the matchup. Maybe Jamahal Hill versus Jan Blachowicz. There's plenty of things that we can do with that type of fight. But we're going to be looking at every fight to make next after UFC Fight Night, Santos versus Hill. And then we're going to go into MMA news. Every day on one of these episodes, we're going to end the episode with the MMA news of the day. We'll do predictions, we'll do confident picks, we'll do MMA news, and sometimes we'll do something in between there. Or we'll have something different, like on Thursday, we're going to do the lock of the week, and then we're going to do a quick pick prediction video as well. We do Bellator, PFL, all that good stuff, but it's going to be an hour, and after our MMA news, which we are going to be doing every single day, once we are done with the MMA news, we're going to do about 30 minutes to an hour of an MMA Q&A on these episodes. So any questions, any comments about MMA, we will be answering all of that in the last about 30 minutes of every single Bert MMA live stream. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm going to go on and check the comments really quick. Just check them out. Before we get into the #1 thing to do on this episode of the Bert MMA live show. And last thing is last. If you were watching maybe when the card, or maybe when this live stream is over, it's been a few hours since the live stream has been done, I'm going to go down in the description down below, and I'm going to put timestamps to where you can find pretty much everything we talk about in this live stream. So let's check the comments really quick. Hasbullah, nice, Hasbi, lost all my money on DraftKings, legit 21 cents left. Goddamn! Low, I was playing with nothing though. I had my account up to 115 though. Damn. Almost hit a 6-teamer, 3 UFC, 3 tennis, but Rublev lost. A tennis fighter. Damn, that's gotta say. That's why you gotta stick to MMA. MMA is on top. Pretty crazy how specific some bets get. Very interesting. So, with all that being said, we got one thing to do, which is put in the link to the live stream right here, which is gonna be our bets. Every single bet we make for UFC, Bellator, PFL, what are the other ones? LFA, I mean, like even all the smaller organizations, that link right there, which we're going to put in to every one of the live streams, all of the bets we're going to make. Geoff Neal by KO saved the day. That was a crazy win. He's looking way improved. Usman killed Pauga, yeah. I mean, he lost the first round and then, boom, came back and looked great in round #2. But first thing is first on the list, UFC Fight Night Vera versus Cruz. Full card prediction, you know what it is. So let's get into it. All right, 13 fights in the card. Let's get into it right now in the bantamweight division. UFC Fight Night Vera versus Cruz. Full card prediction. We got Marlon Chito Vera, who somehow has more experience than Dominick Cruz in his professional MMA career. I don't know how, don't ask me, but Cruz has definitely fought the better opponents and is arguably the greatest bantamweight fighter of all time. We got up-and-coming star, prospect, whatever you want to call it, David Onama taking on veteran Nate Landwehr, who is a dog. That's all I'm going to say. We got Bruno Silva, who just lost to the future title challenger, Alex Pereira, by decision, was able to survive. This man has a damn chin and is fighting GM3, third round submission, Gerald Meerschaert. We got Devin Clark, Azamat Murzakanov, who knocked out middleweight prospects, Andre Muniz a few years ago. We got not the best fight. de Calvillo-Nina Nunes. I don't like it. I'm sure you guys don't as well. We got young 23-year-old Yasmin Jauregui versus Yasmin Lucindo, who is about 20 years old, the youngest women's MMA fighter in the UFC. That's two fighters making their debut right there. We got Martin Boudet, future top 15, versus Lucas Brzezinski. Could be a future top 15. That's a good one. Charlie Ontiveros, Gabriel Benitez. Should be fireworks. Tyson Nam, Ode Osborne. Two powerful flyweights. Lupita Godinez, good wrestler. Versus Angela Hill, good striker. Damon Blackshear making his debut on short notice. Taking on Youssef Zalal. We got Josh Kinlan, Jason Witt. Supposed to be about 2 days ago. But, you know, Josh, he tested positive for some Turinabol. Or something. I don't know exactly what it was. But it was some sort of steroid. Moved it over to this card. I don't know why. They don't just cut him from the UFC or something, give him to BKFC, but the man just keeps on popping for drugs. And then we got Ariane Lipski Priscilla. Ariane did not make weight on the last card. She had COVID and just was not able to make the weight. She was not cleared to compete against Priscilla Cachoeira, so this fight will be 10 pounds up in the bantamweight division, and we do have a lot of other fights that have been moved around. Viviani versus Alexa Grasso moved to a different card. Alan Nascimento, Malcolm Gordon is now Malcolm Gordon versus Mohamed Mokayev at UFC 280. We got Youssef Zalal, Christian Quinones is now Youssef Zalal, Damon Blackshear, and then of course Yasmin Jauregui versus Estela Nunes is now Yasmin Jauregui versus Yasmin Lucindo. So it's a solid card. I'm just kidding. It's not the best card. I mean, name-wise, name value-wise, not the best, but I can see some good fights on the card, especially Benitez versus Ontiveros, Marisa Kano versus Devin Clark, Bruno Silva, Gerald Mercer should be good unless we see Gerald just wrestle. Onama, Landwehr, good. Marlon, Dominick Cruz is good. It's a good card in terms of the fights are going to be pretty good, but name value is not really there, but can't wait for the card. But last thing is last, check the description for all of my bets on this card as well as PFL and Bellator. And with all that being said, let's get on the first one, a fight I've already predicted, but let's do it again in the UFC's bantamweight division. Ariane Lipski, Priscilla Cachoeira 2. I'm just kidding. They have not fought before because it was canceled on last week's card due to COVID and Ariane Lipski missing weight by about 1.5 pounds, maybe just a pound. But she was not medically cleared to fight. And they moved the fight 10 pounds up to the bantamweight division a week later, and this should be no problem for them to make weight this time. Ariane is lengthier but not as tall as Priscilla Cachoeira. She's a better grappler but does not have nearly the striking credentials of Priscilla Cachoeira. Priscilla hits harder, she throws more volume, but Ariane Lipski does have that factor where if she gets you to the ground one time in any of her fights, she's definitely live to submission. She's got a lot of rear naked choke submission wins, arm bars on the regional scene over here, then got a knee bar submission win, which was mainly just Luana Carolina making a mistake there, and she got caught in the knee bar, but she is a pretty good grappler, good wrestling and good grappling. And, you know, her striking didn't look the best, but it didn't look the worst against Mandy Bohm. The main reason she's been losing a lot of her fights have been to kind of her cardio a little bit and then to fighting other girls that have either equal to or just slightly near that of wrestling and grappling to Ariane Carnelossi. And they were able to defend the submissions, get to the ground, out-wrestle her, out-grapple her, and then just ground up on TKO her. That's the way you're going to beat a girl like Ariane Lipski, is to have even or close to that pedigree of wrestling and grappling to be able to withstand all the submission attempts and things like that, and then just out-wrestle, ground and pound like Antonina and Montana De La Rosa did, like Molly McCann did, like Joanne Calderwood did. But I don't see Priscilla being that girl. I mean, I'm thinking about all the opponents of Ariane Lipski. I can see Priscilla maybe going out there, finding a way to defend some takedowns and just charging Ariane Lipski and knocking her out. It's possible. It's very, very possible. We've seen Priscilla get some upsets in the past. Against Gina Mazzani, she came back. And if Ariane Lipski goes out there and she gasses out into those later rounds, round 2 or in round 3, I'm live betting Priscilla. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. Because Priscilla is one of those girls. She's a zombie girl. She's good in the later rounds. She's good at putting on the pressure. She's good at just throwing and throwing and throwing. So if Ariane is not able to get the submission in round number 1, round number 2, live bet Priscilla. Because she's going to come back and she's gonna do very mean things to Ariane Lipski. But The prediction is going to be Ariane Lipski. I think she should be able to go out there, out-wrestle Priscilla, as Priscilla's main weakness is going to be on the ground, like she did against Jillian Robertson. Easily got taken down, easily got submitted. Ariane, not as good of a grappler or a wrestler, but her striking really isn't that bad to where Priscilla's going to dominate her on the feet. So I think Priscilla will strike a little bit with Ariane. Ariane will land the takedown. She'll stay on top a little bit, out-wrestle her, out-grapple her round 1, round 2. Then Ariane's going to get a little bit tired there. Priscilla's going to start coming back. She's going to do really, really good, and it's going to be a good third round for Priscilla. But I'm going to go 29-28. Ariane Lipski. The fight is in the bantamweight division. Again, that is another factor you have to take into account is, does the weight cut affect Ariane Lipski? Is her having COVID going to affect Ariane Lipski? You never really do know in these instances because, for all I know, her cardio is going to be ass in this fight, and Priscilla could go out there and just knock her out round 3 just because, oh my god, I'm so tired, I got COVID, I had a bad weight cut. You never know with those intangibles that we don't really know how Ariane Lipski is feeling. So prediction is Ariane Lipski. We're going to do the confident picks video later on, and she's going to be really low on the list because, again, I don't know what the weight cut's going to do. I don't know what having to make weight twice in the span of 1 week is going to do. I don't know what COVID is going to do to Ariane Lipski. I don't know. That's just something that we can't really know until the fight actually happens. So I'm going to go Lipski, 29-28 decision. Not confident at all. You'll see in my confident picks video. Ariane Lipski by a decision. After that one, we go on to the welterweight division. Jason Witt and Josh Kinlan in the welterweight division. Not official to actually happen on this UFC Fight Night Vera versus Cruz card. It is said to have happened, and they put it on the Tapology page right here, but Josh just test positive for Turinabol. I don't know, some weird drug with a long name that I really can't remember. Some drug was in Josh Kinlan's system that really resulted in him not being able to fight last week. It was a very small amount of it, but he was not able to fight. And the fight has been pushed back to week, and we don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. Dana doesn't know if it's going to happen. They're still working things out as of right now. So for all I know, I can make this prediction, and the fight just does not get made because Josh just keeps on popping for drugs. But I'm going to make the prediction anyway. In case the fight does happen, we'll have the prediction. So Josh is going to be the better striker. He's 5-0, good takedown defense, very strong, and is definitely going to be the more powerful guy, the faster guy. Cardio-wise, we don't know yet. I mean, Josh doesn't really go to the later rounds too often in his fights. When he does, I mean, it's against opponents like Dallas Jennings, Joe Borshig right there, but usually he's able to get them out round 1, round 2. And I expect that to be the case right here. The only way that Josh Kinlan is going to lose this fight is if he literally just goes all out in round 1. If he goes out there against Jason Witt in round number 1 and just starts throwing a Hail Mary overhands, uppercuts, just looking to land that punch on Jason, and somehow Jason Witt is able to survive that round and lose it 10-9, that's the only way. If that happens, maybe I lie bet Jason Witt a little bit because, he's got good wrestling. And if Josh Kinlan is tired at that point, maybe he comes back with the takedowns, with the wrestling, with the ground and pound, and wins round 2 and round 3. That's a possibility. But Josh, I think, should be a smart fighter. He's not smart out of the cage, popping with drugs and all that type of stuff. But I think he'll be smart in the cage. I don't think he's going to force the finish here. I think he's going to rock him a few times on the feet. Then he's going to land that good shot, knock him out round 1. Josh Kinlan in the round number 1. But you never know. Is he smart? Is he not? I don't know. We shall see. Does he pour it all out and not get to finish entire route? Possibility. I'm going to go Josh Kinlan by round 1. Ground and pound TKO after catching him with the good right hands. After that one, we go on to the UFC's bantamweight division. Oh, sorry, is this featherweight? Did they move it? This bantamweight. Okay, we go on to the UFC's bantamweight division. Youssef Zalal and Damon Blackshear in the bantamweight division, and this is going to be very interesting. Betting odds a -110, -110. Damon Blackshear is coming in here on short notice. He's the same height as Youssef Zalal, and he's going to be the smaller guy than Youssef Zalal, in my opinion. Youssef is going to be the same height as him, yes, but he's going to have a 2.5 reach advantage there, and he's moving from the featherweight division down to the bantamweight bantamweight division after fighting very good opponents like Ilya Topuria, Sung-Woo Choi right there, and then Sean Woodson. So some pretty good opponents in his last few fights. But this fight with Damon Blackshear is going to be very interesting. It was one of those where originally when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, sure, Zalal should go out there, should take him down. I've seen Damon get taken down plenty of times in a lot of his fights over there in Titan FC and inside of CFFC. But you gotta remember the opponents of Damon Blackshear. Damon is not fighting any scrubs. Look at these guys. I mean, Chris Moutinho is a little bit of a scrub right there, but look, Paz Sabatini was one guy that was able to beat him. Decision. Danny Sabatello was able to beat him. Decision. They were both able to out-wrestle and out-grapple him. But is this guy right here, is Youssef Zalal the level of a Danny Sabatello, a guy that's about to be the champion of the bantamweight division inside of Bellator? Is Youssef Zalal on that level to go out there and do what Danny was able to do and take down Damon for 5 straight rounds and win with the wrestling and grappling? No, not so much. And that's why I'm going to actually make round 1 the closest round in the fight, because that's where I don't really see too many takedowns coming in for Youssef Zalal. He usually pours on the takedowns later on in the fights, but I think round number 1 is going to be the closest round. I expect probably a split in the judges. We're going to see like a 30-27 Youssef Zalal, 29-28 Youssef Zalal, and another 29-28 Youssef Zalal. That's going to be my prediction. I think Damon is going to be looking to go out there and close the distance. His reach isn't really there, and usually he kind of likes to blitz forward with some big hooks and uppercuts and overhands, trying to close that distance and land some powerful shots. But again, against the guy like Youssef Zalal, who's good at moving, standing on the outside, going in and out, in and out, in and out with the kicks and things like that. And if you're really going to be bum rushing a guy like Youssef Zalal, he's got a good single leg, he's got a good body lock, trip takedown, he's got good takedowns to counter Damon Blackshear when he's coming in with. So round 1, I see that one going either way. That's a 50-50 round. But round 2, round 3, I think Youssef is going to stay at range, he's going to force Damon to come to him, and he's going to mix in those takedowns. Youssef Zalal with the 29-28 on 2 judges' scorecards, and then a 30-27 on the other. Unanimous decision. After that one, we go on to, I don't know why it's 120, but the catchweight division, Angela Hill and Lupita Godinez in the catchweight division of 120 pounds. Now, I was thinking about why it was a catchweight fight, and I guess this fight was supposed to be way later on, but because UFC Fight Night Vera versus Cruz just did not have a lot of fights at the time, there was only like 9 or 10 fights on the card. They decided to move it from way down the line to this fight card. So they're not really able to make the weight that fast. Their training camp was not expecting them to have to fight this soon. So they moved it from the strawweight limit of 115, 116 to 120 pounds. Just a tidbit of knowledge there for you. But, I mean, you guys know what the prediction is. You know, if I've watched a Lupita Godinez video, I think I've been 100% on Lupita Godinez in the past. I mean, Jessica Pena, I did lose that. I did lose that one, but I think she won that fight. She beat Silvana Gomez Juarez with an easy armbar right there. I actually picked Luana Carolina to beat Lupita Godinez, but I did have her against Ariane Carnelossi. She's got really good wrestling, very good ground and pound, and she's relentless. I mean, I don't know what the UFC statistics were against Ariane Carnelossi, who, let's be fair, is a very strong guy. I'm joking. But Ariane Carnelossi, that's a girl that you would not expect to get ragdolled, but Lupita Godinez went out there and did exactly that. Let's do this. Let's go on to UFC statistics, and let's check how many times Lupita Godinez was able to go out there and oh my God, 8 times. 8 times, 13 minutes, 26 seconds of control time. Landed 5 times the amount of significant strikes. Landed, what is that, 4 or 5? Almost 6 times the amount of regular strikes. This girl is a freaking killer, man. I mean, her wrestling is amazing. Her ground and pound is amazing. Her control on the ground is absolutely amazing. We just saw Verna Jandiroba go out there, out wrestle. We saw Tisha Torres mixing some takedowns and things like that. We know Angela Hill's a good striker. She was actually able to outstrike Amanda Lemos, and that was a pretty close one that could have gone either way. But it's not going to be a striking fight. We all know this. And Lupita Godinez is going to go out there. Once I make my confident picks video, Lupita is going to be a super confident. I'm going to tell you that right now. 85% going Godinez. Betting odds, when there were betting odds, because again, the fight actually got changed dates from way later on to today, to this weekend. And the betting odds that I saw had Lupita at like minus 350, and I'm not even mad at that. That's not even as far as I would have gone. I would say like minus 400, minus 500. I'm very confident on Lupita. I think she out-wrestles. I think she out-grapples. I could see a finish, but I know Angela Hill is just that tough. So I know she hasn't been finishing forever. I don't even think, ran the Marcos armbar a long time ago. So I'm gonna go Lupita Godinez, a 30-26. I'm going the 10-8 round. Lupita Godinez by a unanimous decision. After that one, we go on to the flyweight division. Ode Osborne and Tyson Nam. In the flyweight division, you know this is going to be a good fight. I mean, not the biggest of names in the flyweight division, but you got a 38, almost 39-year-old Tyson Nam that just lost a match now. Beat guys that are not even in the UFC anymore. Zaruk Adeshev, Jerome Rivera lost to Sergio Pettis, Kai Kara France. You know Tyson Nam is going to go out there and he's going to put it all on the line because this is probably a fight that if he loses, say goodbye, go to BKFC. So you know Tyson Nam's going to go out there looking for that finish, coming forward on an Ode and looking to land that overhand right and knock him out in round number 1, round number 2. But we also know that my guy Ode Osborne is going to be the taller. Actually, they're the same height. Very interesting. He's going to be the lengthier striker than Tyson Nam right there. He's going to stand the outside, jab him, 1-2 him, kick him at range, and Tyson just going to be patiently waiting to land that big shot. That will never come, and if he does decide to throw that big shot, Ode Osborne, in my opinion, is going to have that wrestling and grappling advantage to take down Tyson Nam every now and then. So I think this is going to be a mixed martial arts fight. Ode is going to strike him at range. Tyson's going to try to come forward, close that distance, look to land that big powerful shot, and he's going to get taken down in doing so. He will get up a few times, but he will get taken down a few times as well. I think this one is pretty self-explanatory. Again, I'm not confident because I know Tyson Nam has freaking power. He could go out there and just starch Ode Osborne. You never know what that Manel Kopp flying knee KO did. You never know. It could have cracked it. But I think the fight goes all the way. I think Ode Osborne gets every single round. I think he strikes him at range. Tyson lands a few good shots, but he gets taken down in doing so and gets ground upon it a little bit. Maybe Ode gets a submission, but I doubt it. And he's not going to get knocked out. Kai Kara France couldn't do it. Matt Schnell couldn't even submit him. So, Tyson Nam's not a guy I see going out there losing this fight by finish. So, Ode Osborne with a 30-26 unanimous decision. After that one, we go on to the UFC's lightweight division. Gabriel Benitez and Charlie Ontiveros. I'm going to say it right now before I make my prediction, before I get into both guys striking, wrestling, and grappling. This could be fight of the night. I'm going to be honest with you. We have two guys, one of which that just goes out there with kind of no self-regard for his own chin, who has a bad chin that just comes forward looking to land the knockout. He either gets the knockout or he gets knocked out very badly. He got knocked out by a 1-0 guy over there. Got knocked out by Kevin Holland. He got slam KO'd in round number 1. And then he got knocked out by Steve Garcia. I'm going to say it right now. I'm actually pretty confident on Gabriel Benitez. But there's still that chance. There's still that chance of Charlie just making this a freaking crazy fight and just catching him. We saw Gabriel Benitez get caught in his last fight and the fight before that from Billy Corantillo and David Onama. So we know the chin of Gabriel Benitez is not really the best. So again, I was originally very confident on Gabriel Benitez. I'm like, dude, he's got better kickboxing, good leg kicks at range. Yes, he's going to be the smaller fighter. Yes, he's going to be less lengthy. But he should be able to, kick Charlie Ontiveros a lot in this fight, then mix in the wrestling, then mix in the grappling, and do exactly what Steve Garcia was able to do in that fight. Even what Kevin Holland was able to do. Kevin Holland took this man down and ground upon TKO'd him. So, Kevin Holland was like a middleweight or a welterweight at the time. I don't know how Ontiveros was up in that weight class at the time. He's at lightweight now, which makes no sense. But I think Gabriel Benitez should get this one. Yes, he's smaller. Yes, he's less lengthy. It's going to be fight of the night. I can see a Charlie Ontiveros knockout. Again, not a confident it was at first, but then I'm like, Charlie's just going to make this fight crazy. And Gabriel coming off of 2 knockout losses in his last 2 fights. You never know. I mean, Charlie's got a chance here. I think under 2 rounds. I mean, this is going to be a KO. Round 1, round 2. Gabriel Benitez, I think he goes out there, takes the fight down, cuts Charlie Ontiveros on the ground with some elbows, and ground and pound TKOs him. I think he's going to hurt his leg out on the feet as well. He's got really good kicks at range. So I think Gabriel Benitez wins this fight. Round number 2. After a very, very good round 1 by TKO. After that one, we go on to, what is the next fight? Let's see. Is this the main card yet? No, one more prelim fight. We go on to the heavyweight division. Lukas Brzezinski and Martin Buday in the heavyweight division. I got a little bit scared in the last fight for Martin Buday. I'm telling you, I had my decision prop on Martin Buday. I'm so lucky they made that a technical decision, or else, I would have gotten a little pissed from a, Aljamain Sterling knee to a grounded opponent. But the same height, a pretty similar reach to slight advantage to Lukas Brzezinski. Size advantage, easily going to go Martin Buday. So I was originally going out there saying, this could be a close fight. Lukas Brzezinski has some good power on the feet. He's got good submission skills as well. Has a lot of TKO wins, a lot of submission wins on the ground as well. He got a submission win on the Contender Series against Dylan Potter. So, I was like, Lukas Brzezinski could go out there and do decent in the grappling, but I'm like, dude, he's what, 30 pounds lighter than Martin Buday. How in the world is going to take him down? That's first off. Number 2, Martin Buday has done amazing things in the clinch. Lorenzo Hood, he was able to go out there and literally TKO him in the clinch. Like, there was no, knockout blow that knocked out Lorenzo Hood in the clinch. It was just body shot, elbow, knees in the clinch, and he was able to TKO Lorenzo Hood in the clinch. Chris Barnett, that's where he did his best work, was in the clinch on Chris Barnett. So I think this is going to be a little bit of a striking fight for about 30 seconds. Martin's going to get the fight to the clinch. He's going to land some knees, land some elbows, land some knees, land some elbows, and Lucas is going to eat those elbows and eat those knees round 1. Eat the elbows, eat the knees for a little bit in round 2, and towards the end of round 2, he's going to get a little bit tired. Martin's going to crack him in the clinch, and he's going to be on top, and he's going to Sergey Spivak Augusto Sakai him with ground and pound. So my prediction here, Martin Buday clinch effing Lukas Brzezinski in the fight, then taking him down round 2, and TKOing him. Martin Buday, round 2, TKO. After that one, we go on to the strawweight division. Yasmin Jauregui and Isman Lucindo, short notice fights. Was supposed to be Yasmin versus Estela Nunes. I would have gotten Yasmin to win that fight, but now she's fighting the youngest fighter in, I think, UFC's women's history. I mean, am I wrong? I don't know. Correct me in the comment section below. But she's very young. 20 years, 7 months old. So is Yasmin. She's 23 and a half years old. Undefeated. But somehow the younger Yasmin Lucindo has more fights on her record, which is insane. But she does have some good striking. A lot of TKO wins. But if you look right here, a lot of submission losses right there. Let's check it out. 3 submission losses, 1 decision loss right there. Her most recent submission loss wasn't too long ago. It was about 3 years ago against Barbako Akioli right there. Just a random 5-3 girl. Yeah, she doesn't really have the best grappling, and a lot of her fights recently have not been against grapplers. I've checked the film on a lot of these fights, not against grapplers. Most of them were kind of setup fights for her to build up her record, and to 13-4 right now. I mean, she fought grapplers early and was able to lose a lot of those fights because of that, and now making her short notice fight against a girl like Yasmin Jauregui, a girl that goes out there that, in my opinion, has better striking than Yasmin Lucindo, is a better kicker, is better at range, has a little bit more power than Yasmin Lucindo, and I'm gonna be honest, could actually go out there and take down Yasmin Lucindo on the ground as well. I think this should be pretty self-explanatory because I've looked everywhere: striking, kicking, boxing, in the clinch, grappling. I literally think Yasmin has the advantage everywhere. There's not one thing I really give an advantage to Yasmin Lucindo in, especially the striking. Nah, I think Yasmin Lucindo is going to lose there as well. Now, Yasmin is a tough girl. If she doesn't get submitted, she'll probably lose the decision. She's not going to get knocked out, though. So I'm going to go I'm going to go with Yasmin Jauregui to get a submission or decision. Submission round number 1 or a decision 30-27 on all judges' cards. Again, I've literally seen everything there is to know about Yasmin Lucindo and Yasmin. I mean, they kind of have the same name right there, but it's literally a fight that I think the UFC wants Yasmin to win. And then they're gonna be like, okay, Yasmin, she's 20 years old. They're going to build her up against some lower-ranked girls in this division, and maybe she'll get in the top 15 as well. But not today. Yasmin is not more experienced, but she's fought the better competition. She's got better power in her hands. She got the better grappling, better wrestling. I think she's better everywhere, to be honest. Maybe the grappling could be a little bit even, but I think the fight goes all the way. Yasmin mainly outstriking Yasmin Lucindo for the 30-27 unanimous decision. After that one, I hate this fight, but we're going to do it anyway. In the flyweight division, Nina Ansaroff, or Nina Nunes, whatever you want to call it, versus Cynthia Calvillo in the flyweight division. Now, Nina is going to be the underdog here. Cynthia is going to be the favorite, but I don't like this fight. I don't even want to make a prediction. I didn't want to last time. This fight has been made like 2 or 3 times. I don't want to make this prediction. This is not a fight I want to go out there and give my opinion for, because I'm going to be dead wrong one way, or I'm going to be so right the other way. I mean, that's gonna be how it is. Because either Nina Nunes goes out there and is able to defend the takedowns of Cynthia Calvillo, and then she just knocks her out on the feet. She doesn't really have that much power. I don't remember the last time Nina Nunes was able to go out there and get a TKO win. It was Muna Holland. I don't know who that is, but she got a TKO win way long time ago. That could happen because Cynthia's just, her chin and her will to keep on going has just been going down the drain ever since, she got knocked out by Jessica Andrade. And there's that other path to victory where Cynthia Calvillo goes out there, out-wrestles, out-grapples Nina Nunes this entire fight. You can see why I do not want to predict this fight. One girl has been knocked out twice in her last 2 fights in the span of, 2 weeks or something like that? From Jessica Andrade to Andrea Lee. I don't know how she fought that close to knockout losses. And then Caitlin Chukagian. She's not, neither of these girls are that good. They're very low level in this women's flyweight division. Cynthia has the wrestling. Nina, what does she have? She's more well-rounded, I guess. She's a better striker slightly. I think Amanda Nunes can teach her a little bit on how to outstrike a wrestler like, Amanda Nunes was able to do against Juliana Pena in her last fight. But again, don't bet the fight. I don't even want to make the prediction, but I'm going to go underdog just for the fun of it. Not a confident pick, not even a fight I want to put onto my prediction record. Just pass. There's plenty of other fights to bet on. There's plenty of other fights to predict. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to go the underdog, Nina Nunes, to learn some tricks from Amanda Nunes to outstrike Cynthia Calvillo, and boom, knock out Cynthia Calvillo round number 2. Her chin sucks, and Nina is training with a dude, Amanda Nunes. So we shall see Nina Nunes by knockout round 2. Don't bet it. Don't do anything with it. Just Go drink some water during this fight, all right? Next fight. After that one, we go on to the light heavyweight division. Devin Clark and Azamat Murzakanov in the lightweight division. Now, I'm going to give you the outcomes to this fight. Number 1, way of winning for Azamat Murzakanov. Wrestle, ground and pound. That's it. We saw the game plan for Iwan Kutalaba, however you say that first name. We saw the game plan. Iwan Kutalaba was able to go out there, take down Devin Clark, and just ground and pound the heck out of him. Took some teeth out. I mean, he was bloodied up. I mean, he did not look good after that Iwan Kutalaba fight. I'm surprised he did not stop that one. But we've seen Azamat go up there and just start throwing bombs on the feet. And if he's not able to land and he's not able to knock out his opponents, he'll start resorting to a little bit of wrestling. I mean, Tafon Chukwi has good takedown defense. I wasn't surprised that one was more of a striking fight. Matthew Scheffel has good takedown defense. He was able to knock him out on the feet. Muhammad Fakhruddin. A lot of these guys he's fighting, I mean, he was just able to go out there and knock them out on the feet. But this is one I can see a path to victory for Azamat is just taking the fight down and ground upon it like Iwan Kutalaba. So that is going to be one path to victory here. Number 2 for Azamat Murzakanov. Literally just go out there, get Devin Clark's back to the cage. Uppercut, right hook, flying knee. I mean, we've seen him do the trifecta of power punches and just power shots in his last 3 fights. An uppercut. Let's see, what's the next one? A right hook, and then a flying knee. That's the trifecta of powerful punches for the heavyweight division, and then a flying knee. I mean, how the heck is a heavyweight doing that in 2022? That's crazy. But again, that is another path to victory for Azama. Literally just going out there throwing bombs, catching the chin of Devin Clark, knocking him out, or wrestling him and ground upon TKOing him. But again, I'm not even confident that he TKOs him because Devin was somehow able to survive E1 Kutalava. Now that is the way Azama wins the fight. How does Devin Clark win this fight? It's simple. He's taller, he's lengthier. Do exactly what Tafon did. Tafon was able to stay at range, land more volume, stay away from the big power punches, and just was able to outstrike Azama Murzakanov at range. That's simply the game plan for Devin Clark, is to follow the Tafon Chuki blueprint, except for not going out there in round number 3, pressuring Azama and getting flying knee in round number 3. That was just not a smart thing to do by Tafon and Chukwi, and I know his coaches played a part in that. But it seems like a weird fight to me. It's not one it's going to be high in my confident predictions. Not at all, because I can totally see Devin doing exactly what Tafon Chukwi did and winning a decision here. Totally can see that. I can also see Azama taking him down. I can also see Azama landing some big shots in the feet. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. But I don't remember the last time Devin's been knocked out. He's been submitted, but the last time was Alexander Rakic spinning back figure, then Alex Nicholson right there. So trying to think if I should go TKO or decision here. Tough, but I'm going to go TKO. I'm going to go Azamat Murzakanov to go out there, pressure pressure Devin Clark round 1 and catch him with something big. If that doesn't happen, maybe live bet Devin Clark by decision. But we shall see. I got Azama by TKO. After that one, we got a good one in the middleweight division. Gerald Meerschaert, the king of round 3 submissions, taking on Bruno Silva in the middleweight division. What am I gonna go here? Gerald, a guy that has good submission skills, but not the best wrestling. I mean, the way he was able to beat Makhmut Muradov, Bartosz Fabinski, Dustin Stoltzfus, these guys took down Gerald Meerschaert. I don't know what, they didn't get the memo that Gerald is good in round 3 and is good with the submission game, but they took down Gerald for some reason. Again, I don't know why. They're just really not the smartest fighters, and then they got submitted for that. Bruno's not a dumb fighter. He's not going to go out there and take down Gerald Meerschaert, and that's really all you need. Krzysztof Jotko was able to take him down, but he's able to take him down in a way where he's in the guard and he's just able to ground up him, stay away from the triangle. Krzysztof is a guy that I can expect to defend some of those submissions. Dustin, Muradov, Fabinski, none of those guys I would say have the wrestling and grappling of a Krzysztof Jotko or a Hamza Chimaev and things like that. And Hamza Chimaev fight, I think that's what's going to happen here. I think maybe Gerald strikes with him a little bit, attempts one takedown, fails miserably. Bruno's just going to, chuck it off, and then he's going to get Gerald's back to the cage, just start throwing right hook, left hook, uppercut, left hook, uppercut, left hook, right hook, overhand left, uppercut, overhand right, and he's just going to drop Gerald Meerschaert round 1. I think it's going to be like a 5, 6, 7 punch combination. We'll see a little bit of ground and pound, which is going to look a little bit dangerous because Bruno is going to be going in to Gerald Meerschaert's guard, but he's going to get that half guard position, and he's just going to start hammering away. Herb Dean has no choice but to stop it. He knows Gerald has a chance in round number 3, but he's taking a beating at that point. So I'm going to go Bruno Silva round 1 after Gerald attempts a takedown. Bruno then shucks him off, gets back to the cage, starts throwing big, catches the chin of Gerald. He doesn't go out fully, and Bruno ground and pounds viciously. 20 punches on the ground, and TKOs him in round number 1. After that one, we go on to the UFC's featherweight division. David Onama and Nate Landwehr in the featherweight division, co-main events for Vera versus Cruz. Now, you might be thinking, oh my god, David Onama, the guy that just knocked out Gabriel Benitez, submitted Garrett Armfield, had a really close fight with the guy up a weight class in Mason Jones right there, has so many knockout wins on his record. You might be thinking, this guy, he's going to win this fight. Simply, he's going to go out there, he's going to destroy a guy like Nate Landwehr, who's been knocked out by Herbert Burns, a grappler, been knocked out by Julian Arosa, a guy that's known for his submissions. You would think that, right? You would think David has no problem going out there TKOing him. He's taller, he's lengthier, he's bigger than Nate Landwehr, he's stronger. But there's one thing. Nate Landwehr is a freaking dog, man. 15 wins and 4 losses. And he went out there and beat Ludwig Klein. Ludwig was out striking him a little bit, just like probably David Onama will be in this fight. And just, he was able to get a takedown. He's able to get that front position and get the Anaconda in round number 3 with half of a round remaining right there. He was able to beat Darren Elkins on the ground right there. This dude is a dog. You can outstrike him round 1, round 2. If you tire out a little bit, he's going to pressure you. He's going to put that volume on you. He's going to look for a submission. He's going to look for some knees, look for some elbows, look to knock you out, look to submit you, and he's going to make it a war in round number 3. That's exactly what I expect this fight to be. Round number 1, round number 2 is going to be good. David's going to land some good shots on the feet. He's going to rock Nate Landwehr a little bit. It's going to be looking like David's going to have an easy night in the office with an easy round 1, round 2 KO, but Nate will survive and lose round 1 and lose round 2 due to the striking of David Onama. Round 3, he's going to make it interesting. He's going to go back like Ludwig Klein, and he's going to just make it interesting. Pressure David Onama. David's going to be a little bit tired, looking to keep the fight on the feet and just survive one round and win the fight on the scorecards, maybe get that top 15 opponent, or maybe one more after that. But Nate is going to make round 3 a war, and I think he wins round 3. And with all that being said, round 1, David Onama rocking Nate Landwehr. Round 2, he rocks him again. But then round 3, he starts to tire out. Nate, being the dog that he is, makes a little comeback, but doesn't get the finish. 29-28, David Onama. After that one, we go on to the main event in the bantamweight division. Marlon Chito Vera and Dominick Cruz. In the bantamweight division, the young versus the old, same height, a little bit of a reach advantage for Marlon Chito Vera. Kicking advantage, I'm going to go Marlon Chito Vera. Got good front kick, as we know with the Frankie Edgar. Oh, that freaking looked like an alien after that fight. He's got very good kicks. He's good in the clinch as well, but I would say his strength is literally just at range, landing the kicks and then eventually landing some powerful shots. We saw exactly what he was able to do against Rob Font. I mean, he was losing every second of like 4 minutes of round 1, and then boom. Boom! He just freaking rocks Rob Font at the end of every single round. I still to this day do not know how Rob Font was able to survive all of those big shots at the end of every single round. But I don't think he's going to rock Dominick Cruz like he was able to with Rob Font. Rob just kind of has a suspect chin to me, in my opinion. Dominick, not really the case. Yeah, he got knocked out by Henry, was a debatable stoppage. So I think Marlon will land the harder shots, but it's not going to necessarily look like that much to the judges, because Dominick is good at slipping punches and making the damage lesser. What I mean by that is when you're moving your head so much that the punch comes in like this, and you're moving your head to the left, the punch comes, and you're moving your head to the left to kind of get out of the way of the punch and things like that. The power of that same punch is just going to slide like that, and it's going to bounce off the chin. It might look like a good, powerful punch, but as Dominick Cruz is slipping those punches, they're not as powerful as they may seem. And with Marlon Chito having that power advantage, and with Dominick Cruz having that defensive striking advantage to stay away from those big, powerful shots and make those powerful shots look less than, due to him just being able to slip them and make the damage accumulate less than he was able to against Rob Font. I think that's going to be his game plan here. It's just when he is throwing those powerful shots, he's going to have really good slips, really good head movements, and make those powerful shots just not powerful, and just out volume at range. Because I'm sure Dominick is going to go out there and out volume Marlon Chito Vera. It really comes down to, can Dominick Cruz go out there and, you know, land more volume than Marlon and make those powerful shots lesser than. I think he can early on in the fight, round 1. Sure, he can do very good at that, but I think Marlon is going to find his footing, find his range, find his distance with Dominick Cruz, figure out the head movement a little bit. I know it's very tricky. A lot of people find it super hard to figure out the head movement and just the fluidity of Dominick Cruz, but Marlon's a smart guy. I think he will be able to find out. I mean, not fully figure it out, because no one has been able to, but he'll be able to do it enough to where he'll be able to land those big shots and wow the crowd, wow the judges a little bit. So, yes, Dominick will be landing more volume here, and I can totally see him slipping some of those powerful punches and win a decision. I think this is a 50-50 fight, just a slight lean with Marlon Chito Vera. I think he lands slightly the more powerful punches. The volume will go Cruz, but It's effective striking, isn't it? Effective striking means, are you closer to the finish? Are you actually delivering damage? Dominick won't be landing as much damage as Marlon Chito Vera. The judges will reflect that. Marlon Chito Vera, 48-47, unanimous decision. Again, I think it's very, very close. Really comes down to what the judges value. The powerful shots or the double the amount of strikes from Dominick Cruz. What do y'all think? Put your predictions down below. I got Marlon Chito Vera by decision. After that one, I'm just kidding. That is the full card prediction for UFC Fight Nights. Vera versus Cruz. I'm going to be going Marlon Chito Vera to win his fight by 48-47 decision. I got David Onama winning that one round 1, round 2, losing round 3 for the 29-28 decision. I got Bruno knocking out Gerald Meerschaert, not out cold, but with some ground and pound. I got Azamat Murzakanov doing the same, getting that first round TKO. I got Nina Nunes. Again, I don't like this prediction. I don't want to do this prediction, but I got Nina Nunes round 2 knockout because Cynthia's chin is absolutely awful. I got Yasmin Jarawe to win that one by a decision. I got Martina Boudet to win this one round 2 with ground and pound at TKO. Gabriel Benitez also round 2, ground and pound TKO. Ode Osbourne by decision. Lupita Godinez by unanimous decision. One of the rounds being a 10-8. Youssef Zalal by unanimous decision. Josh Kinlan round 1 KO. And Ariane Lipski close, 29-28 decision. So my decisions are Ariane Lipski, Youssef Zalal, Lupita Godinez, Ode Osbourne, Yasmin Jarague, David Onama, and Marlon Chito Vera. My finishes: Bruno Silva, Azamat Murzakanov, Nina Nunes, Martin Boudet, Gabriel Benitez, and Josh Kinlan. So pretty 50-50 on finishes and on decisions. Put your thoughts down below. That is the full card prediction. Check the description for all the bets we will be making. If it doesn't work, go onto your computer and do it instead. Thanks for watching. Full card prediction. Alright, after that full card prediction, you know what we're going to do. Let's go to the doc. The schedule, we're already done with that one. We're going to bold that. Number 2 on the list, UFC Fight Night, Vera versus Cruz. Most confident picks, of course. We'll open up, not DraftKings, whoopsie daisy, whoopsie. We don't want to give away any of my login info, god dang. Alright, let's go on. Let's get my doc ready so we can make the confident picks. Alright, you know what we do. We copy all of the names, of course. And then we're going to highlight our winners. Yes. Bruno Silva, bink. David Onama, bink. Alright, this might take a while. Sorry I didn't do this beforehand. But we gotta do it beforehand so we don't have to do it in the video. Let me see. Yasmin. Gabriela Benitez. I missed Martin Boudet. Martin Boudet. Big boy. Lupita. She's gonna be high up there. Youssef. Nope. Bink, Josh Kinlan. Sorry, it's going to take a little bit. Ariane Lipski. That would be it. Alright, those are the bolds for all of my predictions for the card. Now, for the confident picks, we go on to the UFC's bantamweight division. UFC Fight Night, Vera versus Cruz, most confident picks. Now, we're not going to do this on Tapology. Instead, as usual, we do it on the Google document. The bolded opponents right here are the predictions that I have for the card. Again, if you want the more in-depth predictions, go on to my most recent video, the full card prediction of all of this. But these are the predictions in a bold. I'm going to put my percentage chance. I have all of them winning, and if I have them as super confident, straight up confident, slightly confident, and then a slight lean. Now, number 1, which is going to be a super confident, and I know I shouldn't do it because it is women's MMA. I don't care. I'm going to go Lupita Godinez. This girl is, of course, going to be my number 1 confident pick of the card, and is going to be a super confident. This girl is a better wrestler. She's a better grappler, and Angela Hill just got out-wrestled and out-grappled in her last fight. I'm talking a 90%. I'm talking 90% for this fight. She is a super confident pick. I think the only way she loses this if she gets injured, if Angela Hill is training with Khabib, Those are the only two ways. So number one, super confident pick, 90% on Lupita Godinez. Number two, thinking Bruno Silva. I'm thinking Martin Buday. Probably one of those guys. I'm gonna go. Who am I gonna go for this one? Not gonna be Azama. It's gonna be Martin Buday. This is not gonna be a super confident, but it will be a confident pick. Only one super confident for this week. So that's all we're going to have. So we're going to have Martin Buday at about 75% as just a straight up confident pick. I'm confident on Martin Buday. I'm not super confident like a Lupita Godinez because it is the heavyweight division. So that's where I'm going to have him. And then Bruno Silva after that as my next confident pick. We're going to have him just barely lower than Martin Buday. I'm still definitely on Bruno Silva right here at 73%. After Bruno Silva, this is where it gets interesting because I'm leaning towards guys like David Onama, Yasmin Jarogwe, Gabriel Benitez. Woody Husband, maybe. He could be after that, though. It'd be one of those guys. David Onama, Yasmin, or Gabriel Benitez. And you know, I'm gonna go Yasmin. I'm gonna go Yasmin on this one because I think she's better everywhere. David Onama, I think, still has a decent chance of actually losing that fight, possibly. I don't think she does, or I don't think he does, but I think Yasmin has a better chance of winning than David Onama, just slightly. And she's also gonna be a confident at 71%. After that one, we're gonna put David Onama as another. You know, this one's going to be a slightly confident. We're going to put confident for these ones right here. So, this is going to be super confident Lupita Godinez. Confident is going to be Martin Buday, Bruno Silva, and Yasmin Jarogwe. And then slightly confident is going to be next in, of course, my guy right here. We're going to copy and paste them right there. Did I just mess it up a little bit? I probably just did. Let's go and copy it from over here. David Onama versus, it was the co-main event. So he is right there. So David Onama versus Nate Landwehr. And David is going to be at 69% right there. Not a confident pick, but a slightly confident pick at that point. Confidence. And after that one, it starts to get interesting because these ones I don't really have much confidence on these ones. Azamat, not confident. Marlon, not confident. Nina, you know I'm not confident. Benitez, he's also going to be a slightly confident. Ode is going to be a slightly confident. But after that, maybe Josh Kinlan as well. I don't know where to go after that. They're just all going to be slight leans, and he's going to be like 50-something%. So after that one is going to be Gabriel Benitez. After David Onama, we're going to have him right a little bit below David at 67%. And then we're going to put that slightly confident on there, of course. And trying to think who would be next. It'd probably have to be Josh Kinlan. Or, yeah, it'd probably have to be Josh Kinlan. I'm gonna be honest. It'd have to be Josh Kinlan. So, Josh Kinlan going to be next. I'm not 100% confident on him. I'm not on anyone. But the main reason he's so low on the list is because of wrestling, and he's got power. He could have used that to go out there and just really look for the finish on Jason Witt and gas out. You never really know. So, we're going to have him at a 65% as a slightly confident as well. We got to copy that one again. After that, these ones are not going to be slightly confident. They're not going to be confident. They're not going to be super confident. Nothing like that. Not at all. These are all going to be slight leans. Except for Ode Osbourne, who we just missed out on right there, is also going to be a slightly confident pick at 64%. But after that one, no more slightly confidence, no more confidence, and no more super confident picks. I mean, everyone else, these fights could go either way. Now, where am I going to put them on the list in order of most confident to least confident? I'm going to say it right now. Nina Nunes is going straight to the bottom. I do not want anything to do with that type of fight. We're putting her straight to the damn bottom. There's no way I want anything to do with that one. So 51% for Nina Nunes. Slight lean. I mean, there's no chance in a heck No chance in the heck I'm ever going to be doing that. No way. No way, Jose. And as well as Ariane Lipski. We're going to have her pretty much the exact same thing at about 53%. Slight lean right there. And that leaves us with Marlon Chito Vera, Azama Mirzakhanov, and Youssef Zalal. We're going to have... Damn, this is a tough one. I'm actually more confident on Youssef Zalal. I'm going to be honest. I'm more confident on Youssef than I am on Marlon Chito Vera. So we're going to have Youssef Zalal right there as a slight lean as well. And he's going to be about 58% slight lean. Marlon Chito Vera. We're going to have him. We're going to have him at about 54%. Not at all a confident right there. We're going to move that one down at 52%. And then we're going to have Azama at 53%. There it is. We got it down and covered. Our most confident to least confident for UFC Fight Nights. What is this? Vera versus Cruz. Most confident to least confident. Number 1, Lupita Godinez as my super confident pick of the card. I mean, out of everyone on here, dude, she's going to win. Our 3 confident picks are going to be Martina Boudet at 75%, Bruno Silva at 73%, Yasmin Jarague at 71%. Then for our slightly confident picks, we're going to go with David Onama at 69%. Haha, just kidding. Gabriel Benitez at 67%, Josh Kinlan at 65%, and Ode Osborne at 64%. Those are my 4 slightly confident picks, which means a little push. Like, if they had a little bit more, they'd be a confident pick. They're almost there. But they're almost, I mean, they could be a slight lean as well. That's why they're slightly confident. And then my slight leans of the night, Youssef Zalal, that could be pretty close. Marlon Chito Vera at 54%. Azama Mirzakhanov 53%. Ariane Lipski 52%. And Nina Nunes 51%. Most confident to least confident. As always, make sure to put your most confident to least confident predictions in the comment section below with the percentage, with super confident, with slightly confident, or with a slight lean. Make sure to put all those comments down below and make sure to put what you disagree. Maybe you think Josh Kinlan should be higher. Maybe you think Marlon Chito Vera. I'm sure you guys think he should be higher on the list. But put your thoughts down below for the confident picks of UFC Fight Night Vera versus Cruz. As usual, if you want the bets, make sure to go down into the description top link and press that one for $2.99 a month for all of my UFC, Bellator, PFL, and just overall MMA bets. If not, you got the predictions, you got the confident picks. That's all you really need. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Alrighty then, that is our second part of the live stream is going to be over after UFC Fight Night Vera versus Cruz, full card prediction, as well as UFC Fight Night Vera versus Cruz, most confident picks. Now, we got Dana White's Contender Series, full card prediction, and confident picks. That is what we're going to be doing next. Again, all the comments you have right now, make sure to stick around to the end, because once we're done with the Contender Series, once we're done with the fights to make next after Hill versus Santos card, and with today's MMA news, our 6th subject of this live stream, we'll be going through every single one of these comments that you guys are making throughout this live stream, and we're going to do an MMA Q&A. So put your questions and comments down in those comments. We will get to them once we're done with these 3 things right here. But next is going to be Contender Series. Let's see if we can find it. I'm going to be a little bit farther back on here. Let's see. Alright, Cage Warriors, Bellator, and there it is! Contender Series in the UFC's Contender Series, whatever you want to call it, Bantamweight Division. Dana White's Contender Series 2022, Week 3. Most confident picks, as well as the full card prediction. We got Bo Nickel, who you already know is going to be a confident pick, maybe even a super confident pick. We got Jamahal Pogues, former UFC or Dana White's Contender Series fighter, taking on Paulo Renato Jr., a good kickboxer. We got Envar Boy Nazarov, a guy that actually beat Giga Chikadze and gave Giga his first ever kickboxing loss, versus Eric Silva, a good grappler. We got Edgar Chairez versus versus undefeated Clayton Carpenter. Then we got a good women's fight with Carolina Wojcik and Sandra Lavado. Good Dana White's Contender Series card. Put your predictions down below. And let's get into the first one in the strawweight division. Sandra Lavado and Carolina Wojcik. Wojcik, however you say that one, in the strawweight division. Age doesn't really matter. It's pretty similar right there. Height and reach, I don't know. Sandra Lavado literally does not have it even listed on her Tapology, but she's fighting not the best fighters, and she's not able to finish any of these fighters. I mean, Sherlyn Sanchez right here is a 0-2 random Mexican fighter that she was able to go 3 rounds with, was not able to get a finish with. Her last finish was 3 years ago against Lizeth Palacios, who is 0-1. That is it. That is it. She did lose to a good fighter in Carla Elizabeth Sanchez Lozano, who should honestly be on this Contender Series card instead of her. I mean, I'm going to be quite honest with you, but she's fighting Carolina Wojcik, who has definitely fought the better opponents. I mean, I looked at the whole record. I've watched her fights. She's fighting scrubs. Sandra Lavado has never fought a girl anywhere near the level of opponent for Carolina Wojcik, and I've actually predicted fights for Carolina Wojcik in the past when she did fight Alexandra Rolla right there, who is a very tall, very lengthy kickboxer that was able to go out there and use her striking and lose the fight. I mean, I was looking at this fight, I was watching film on Wojcik and Rolla, and I'm like, Wojcik is really good at closing the distance and using her striking on the inside, landing some good kicks, putting on the pressure, and putting on that volume. She's got really, really solid pressure and volume. Her only loss was to Cheyenne Velismas in a fight. The striking was very, very even. And Sandra Lavado, she's got decent grappling, but she's not going to go out there and take down Carolina Wojcik. It's just not going to happen. So I think this fight will stay on the feet. Carolina will be close to finishing because I know Dana wants that finish, and I know Carolina will definitely get the contract if she gets the finish. So she'll be close. I mean, she'll land some big shots on the feet, but overall, she's pretty small. She doesn't have the best power. She's got good pressure, good volume, good boxing, good kicks at range. I mean, she was able to keep it very even with Ewelina Wozniak as well as Cheyenne Velismas. So I think this is going to be a pretty dominant showing here. Only way Sandra Lavado wins is if somehow she gets the fight down and gets a submission. But again, she's been fighting scrubs and she hasn't been able to finish any of them. So Carolina Wojcik with a unanimous decision. After that one, we go on to the flyweight division. Clayton Carpenter and Edgar Chairez in the flyweight division. Clayton 5-0 taking on an 8-3 Edgar Chairez, who has also fought in some guys that are going to be on the Contender Series this year. To one of them, he did get submitted by in round number 5, so you know this man has been in some main events in the past. It was Jesus Santos Aguilar, maybe it's Jesus, I may be saying that incorrectly, but he is fighting in the Contender Series week 5 over here against Edson Ferreira. That should be a very good fight. But now, I mean, that was a guillotine submission loss in round number 5. 19 freaking seconds left, and it was going to be a close decision. He also got our triangle armbarred by Axel Osuna in that fight right there. I'm going to be honest, his grappling isn't the best, but it's not that bad. He also has some good submission offense of his own, but fighting a guy like Clayton Carpenter, I think on the ground, he's no match for Clayton. Clayton can take him down, he can rear naked him, he can knee bar him like he did with Nick Clem, and like we saw in his amateur career, he did very good at getting the fight to the ground, getting that full mount, and just boom, cranking on the arm, getting that armbar submission round 1 or round 2, but we've seen the kickboxing has been very good as well. The boxing has been very good as well. I think he can definitely go out there and strike with Edgar Chairez, and I think it's going to be pretty even, but I do give a slight advantage to Clayton. He does kick a little bit harder, and he throws a little bit more volume than Edgar Chairez, but I think they'll kick for a little bit, maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. I don't know how long they're going to kickbox for, but eventually Clayton's going to be like, you know, Dana wants to finish. Let's get this fight to the ground. Let's get the back of Edgar Chairez. Let's ground and pound a little bit. And let's get an arm bar, a rear naked, a guillotine, whatever the case may be. Clayton Carpenter, round 2, submission over Edgar Chairez. After that one, whoops, let's go back to the featherweight division. Anvar Boy Nazarov versus Eric Silva in the featherweight division. I'm going to say it right now. Why did the UFC give Anvar Boy Nazarov a wrestler or a grappler. I don't know why. He's from Tiger Muay Thai, which means he obviously has some good Muay Thai, but it's not just Muay Thai fighters that go over to Tiger Muay Thai. There's some good wrestlers over there, and we obviously know this dude is legit on the feet. 3 first-round knockout wins in a row, 21 seconds, a minute 39, and a minute and 10 seconds. We know he can kickbox for a long period of time. We know he can knock you out easily in round number 1, like he did in 3 straight fights right here. And he also has a win over Giga Chikadze back in 2015. We know he can kickbox. We all know that. I mean, basing off, of course, beating a guy like Giga, for sure, we know he can go out there and win this fight. But how long has he been training to become an MMA fighter? Let's see. His first fight was 2020 against Henry Krapp, who is a 0-3 guy that is a striker. So they literally set him up against a guy that is not a good wrestler or grappler. The second one, a 2-16 guy that looks like he goes walking around at Walmart at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then John Pham was a decent step up in competition, but really not that much. A guy that also does not have the best grappling. I mean, I don't see him. The level of fighters that Anvar has been fighting had not been that to Eric Silva. Eric has been fighting nothing but killers his last 3 or 4 fights. Ruben Lozano right there, rear naked, round 1. Eric Radhim right there, rear naked, round 1. Daniel Vega, rear naked, round 1. And then Edgar Garcia Cabello, rear naked, round 1. And these are not scrubs. These are very, very solid opponents over there in Lux Fighting League. And I do think this fight is going to be one of those where we got a kickboxer that beat a guy like Giga Chikadze a very long time ago, making his move over to MMA a little bit too soon, fighting a guy that's just really good at Aljamain Sterling you, getting the body lock, taking it down, getting the single leg, taking it down, getting the back, and submitting you round 1 or round 2. It really just seems like the UFC should have gave Anvar a striker. I'm gonna be honest with you. If they wanted him to get the contract, they would have given him a striker so that he can get a good highlight reel finish to make it very exciting. But I don't think the UFC really wants him. He's 33 and a half years old, kind of aging a little bit now, and doesn't have the best grappling. Eric Silva should be able to go out there, take this fight down, and get that submission. Tapology is all over it. I don't know why the odds are so close. Eric is better on the ground so much more than Anvar Boys Nazarov, but you never know. Maybe somehow he's been training with Hamza Chimaev in the last few months, or Alexander Volkanovski, and his wrestling is just absolutely amazing. But Eric is he's so good at doing that Aljamain Sterling, getting in your back and submitting you. So Eric Silva, round number 2, or round number 1, I don't know, whichever one. Rear naked choke submission. After that one, we go on to the heavyweight division. Paulo Renato Jr. and Jamahal Pogues in the heavyweight division, 26 and a half and 28 and a half years old. Jamahal is going to be taller. He's going to be a little bit less, actually the same amount of experience, okay? But he has fought inside the LFA. He's fought on the Contender Series and lost. And won, but he lost right after that. He did beat Marcos Brigaigo, who was undefeated at the time, but went on to just do absolutely horrible after he lost to Jamahal Pogues. But Jamahal, you know what he's going to do right here. You know he's going to take you down. He's going to use his thighs, get on top, and ground and pound, and wrestle, and ground and pound, and wrestle, and look to just smother you on top with the wrestling and grappling. Paulo, on the other hand, not looking to do anything on the ground. This dude, first round knockout, second round knockout, second round, I mean, these are retirements. I don't know why, but all of his wins, I think, are knockouts. Let's see, 7 knockout wins, 1 submission win, and then 2 decisions right there. 1 loss to Kyle Robertson. Let's check out what submission. Oh my god. The dude does not have good wrestling. The dude does not have good grappling. He's going to get taken down early on in this fight. And he's going to lose on the ground. He's going to lose on the ground. I can see him catching Jamahal Pogues on the feet, maybe knocking him out. It is heavyweight. Paulo is a very good kickboxer. He's got really good head kicks, really good power in his hands. Can totally see that. Or I can see him looking for the finish. And then round 2, round 3, Jamahal survives somehow, takes him down, and beats him with the ground and pound. It's going to kind of look like, Greg Hardy, Marcin Tybura, where Greg's going to look good early on, but then he's going to get tired, and then he's going to get taken down by the better wrestler, better grappler, and get TKO. That's what I see happening here. Paulo going to look good around 1, win it, and then tire out a little bit. Jamahal, round 2, TKO. After that one, we go on to the Contender Series middleweight division, Zachary Borrego and Bo Nickal in the middleweight division. If you don't know who Bo Nickal is, he's a very good wrestler. That's all I'm going to say right there. If you want to know more, look up Bo Nickal Wrestling. You'll see he's a very, very good wrestler in college in the D1 ranks. Good wrestler, but we saw his striking in his last fight. In his debut against John Nolan, 1-2 down the middle, knocked him out very, very easily, training out of American Top Team, who have very, very much improved his striking since he left wrestling to go into actual wrestling and MMA and things like that over here to actually have some striking and kickboxing and things like that mixed in there. But who's he fighting? Zachary Borrego, 6'2" tall, 77-inch reach, good Muay Thai, good kicking game at range. I think he will have a slight kicking advantage over Bo Nickal, but dude, Bo has power. I mean, when you're an athlete like that, like Bo Nickal is, even if you don't have the best technique, which Bo actually does have some pretty decent technique, Bo has some damn power in his hand. I mean, he can easily go out there and just 1-2 knock out Bo Nickal round 1, round 2. I can totally see it happening, and they're going to be like, oh my god, contract for Bo Nickal, put him against another debuting guy to just build up the record of Bo Nickal. But, you know, it's a weird fight in the middleweight division. Obviously, UFC really, really wants him to win this fight, of course, because he's a good wrestler. He's an NCAA champion. All the wrestling fans could go over to the UFC to see this Contender Series fight and see him fight in the UFC. But he's fighting Zachary Borrego, who, I mean, not even that long ago, 2021, got submitted by Felipe Rocha, who's not as good of a wrestler as Bo Nickal is. And it was taken down easily, rear naked right there. Knocked out by Gabriel Nixon right there. So whatever he wants in this fight, Bo Nickal can strike him, land a nice right hook on the feet, and knock out Zachary Borrego. But more likely, he's gonna do some good things on the feet, maybe hurt Zachary a little bit, then take the fight down, ground and pound, and submit him in round number 1. Round number 2, I got Bo Nickal by finish in the first or second rounds. Those are the full card predictions. Bo Nickal, Jamahal Pogues, Eric Silva, Clayton Carpenter, and Carolina Wolzik, all gonna be favorites. But if there is an underdog, it's gonna be Paulo Renato Jr. That one, I don't know why the odds are that crazy, but yeah, if I may give my confident picks, number 1 most confident pick of the card, you know what it's going to be, Bo Nickal as a super confident pick right there. Number 2 confident pick is going to be Carolina Wolzik. I'm going to have her as a confident pick. I'm going to have Clayton Carpenter as another confident pick. Then Eric Silva as a slight lean. And then Jamahal Pogues as a slight lean. So number 1 most confident, Bo Nickal. Number 2, Carolina Wolzik. Number 3, Clayton Carpenter. Number 4, Eric Silva. And number 5, Jamahal Pogues, in that order. Put your confident picks down below. Put your predictions down below. And that's all we got. Full card prediction for Contender Series Week 3. Yeah, thanks for watching. Alright, those are Contender Series, so we'll bowl that one out. Alright. So next one, Jamahal Hill, Dominick Reyes, and all the fights to make next after UFC Fight Night, Santos versus Hill. This should be very, very interesting. Let's see, UFC Fight Night, Santos versus Hill. Alright, we're going to go on to the Google Doc, as we always do. And we're going to figure out every opponent for the winners of UFC Fight Night, Santos versus Hill, and a few of the losers as well. So we'll make that Google Doc right here. And let's get into the video. So we go on to the UFC's light heavyweight division. UFC Fight Night, Santos versus Hill. Fights to make next. Winners and most of the losers. We're going to be looking at who they should fight next. I mean, we saw Jamahal Hill get the knockout, Jeff Neal get the knockout. I mean, everyone pretty much got the knockout on the main card. I mean, not a single decision or, sorry, 1 submission right there. But yeah, there was 3 submissions and 7 KOs on the card. Absolutely insane. 10 out of 10 finishes. I mean, it was an insane card. But now let's look at who everyone should be fighting next. You can skip ahead to the later parts of the video to see maybe who Jamahal Hill or Thiago Santos fights next, because we're going to do bottom to the top. But number 1, Mayra Bueno Silva, Stephanie Egger. Who should Mayra Bueno Silva and Stephanie Egger fight next? It's going to be very, very interesting. We're going to put the Google Doc over here to put the actual fighters and actual, like, who they're going to be fighting right there. So Mayra Bueno Silva. And let's figure out Mayra Bueno Silva's opponent. So this is in the UFC's women's bantamweight division. If we look at the bantamweight rankings, they have her right outside of that top 15, only losing to who? Freaking Manon Fiorot, who is a flyweight, yes, but is a very, very good fighter. Then Marina Moroz right there. But if we go on to look at those UFC rankings right there, to really check out the type of girls that are a little bit ahead of Mayra Bueno Silva, there is a good matchup for her, I do definitely think, in this bantamweight division. Now, there are girls like maybe a Carol Rosa, who's coming off a loss to Sarah McMahon in her last fight. There's a Misha Tate, but I doubt she'll take that. Macy Chiasson, I think she has a fight. Lena Landsberg, I think she has a fight. Julia Villa, Norma Damon. I think a lot of these girls already have fights in the bantamweight division. So, I'm going to say we're going to put grappler versus grappler, and both girls that have pretty good striking as well, and Carol Rosa versus Mayra Bueno Silva. There's not really too much to put here, but we got a girl that's coming off a loss that needs to get a good win over someone outside the top 15 before, she starts to build up a record a little bit. And Lena Landsberg right there, I can definitely see that one happening, but I don't know if she's retired. I don't know if she's ever going to fight again. I really don't know. So I'm going to put Carol Rosa and Mayra Bueno Silva as the first fights to make next after UFC Fight Night. Santos versus Hill. We got Stephanie Egger right here. We're not going to cut her from the UFC. She did beat Shayna Young and Jessica Rose Clark. She's a good finisher. And this was, I think, the first time she's been finished in a professional MMA career. So, yeah, we're going to get Stephanie Egger right here. We're going to put her a little bit below if we can. I'm not sure why it's not letting me. Let's try to figure this out. All right. There we go. That's how you do it. That's not how you do it. God damn. All right. So I don't know how to really work this thing, but that's what we're going to do right there. So Stephanie Egger in this bantamweight division versus who? Obviously, she's not going to go out there and get a top 15 fight. There's literally zero chance that is going to happen for Stephanie Egger. Just lost to Mayra Bueno Silva. Julia Soliarenko's fighting Chelsea Chandler right there. She already beat Jessica Rose Clark. Jocelyn Edwards is right there. Jocelyn's looking to go out there. She's on a 2-fight win streak. Lost to Jessica Rose Clark and Carol Rosa. But she's looking to get back in there. So that one I can definitely see as a potential matchup. Tanisha Tennant, I mean, she's fighting in the LFA, but I can see them bringing her to the UFC for a debut against Stephanie Egger. But what I'm thinking, I can see Edwards in this fight. I can see Edwards versus Stephanie Egger, and that's what we're going to do. Stephanie Egger versus, of course, Jocelyn Edwards right there. So that's what we're going to do for that one in the UFC's bantamweight division. After that one, these are the harder ones. The low-level women's MMA fights are kind of the harder ones to predict. I'm going to say it right now. We're going to put Miranda down here. I don't know why that's so big, but yeah, we're going to put Miranda. That's what she said. We're going to put Miranda, obviously, as being cut. Cut from UFC. You know it. I know it. Cut her from the UFC. It's just, come on. Come on. She's not that good. Cut her from the UFC. Now, Corey McKenna, on the other hand. Where do we put Corey? Where do we put Corey McKenna at this point? She's coming off a win, but she did come off a loss before that. Beat Vanessa Demopoulos, Kay Hansen, and Miranda Granger. But did lose to Elise Reed, which was not a good look. I mean, I was looking at that fight. I'm like, dude, she just lost to Sam Hughes, who's not that good of a wrestler, not that good of a grappler, and she dominated her on the ground. Corey was not able to, but she looked really, really good in this fight with Miranda Granger, and that's why I do think she should get a little bit of a step up in this division. She's at 29 right now on the rankings. Obviously, she should probably get someone that's coming off a loss. Maybe Pauliana Viana, who just lost to Tabitha Hichi. I could see that one being a good one. Kanaka, nah. Ariane Carnellosi could be a very good one. I do like the sounds of that. But I would rather put two grapplers against each other. I don't really want to see Carnelossi go out there because I don't know if Carnelossi is going to be too much for her. So we're going to start to build Corey McKenna back up. She's a young fighter trying to build her name in the UFC. We'll give her Polyana Viana, who I really don't see making a name for herself. I think she'll just be one of those girls that kind of just loses a lot inside of the UFC, and it's kind of a stepping stone for a lot of the fighters. So we're going to put Polyana Viana versus Corey McKenna. Then we got Takashi Sato. Not right there, obviously. We're going to go Takashi Sato after that one. Who should Takashi Sato fight next? Now, you know, I could say cut him from the UFC after losing to Miguel Baeza, Gunnar Nelson, and Brian Battle. But guys that he's beaten in Jason Witt right there is still in the UFC. That man is still in the UFC. And there's plenty of up-and-coming fighters in this welterweight division that would love to get a good win over Takashi Sato. Would love to make that step up in the division and get a good finish. And that man is going to be Mike Malott. I think Mike would love to go out there and have the wrestling advantage, have the striking advantage, and just go out there and get another good finish. He's on a what? I think every single finish from Mike Malott has been a finish. This is going to be another one. Let's get Mike Malott another good finish against Takashi Sato. Now for Brian Battle, Pooh Bear, one of the worst nicknames in my opinion in the UFC. Who in the world should he fight next? He was talking about maybe going out there and fighting like an Ian Gary, but you know, that's not going to happen. Ian's looking to go rise the rankings at 37 in this welterweight division rankings. I'd rather say for Battle, give him like a guy that's coming off a loss in a Matt Semmelsberger. Danny Roberts could be a good one. Danny Roberts, Matt Semmelsberger, or maybe you go higher. Max Griffin, not yet. So it's going to be between those two guys. It's going to be between Matt Semmelsberger and then Danny Roberts. And we're going to do Matthew Semmelsberger. They both fought around the same time period. And we're going to put them together. Brian Battle and Matthew Semmelsberger in the welterweight division. Should be a good one. A good scrap. I mean, they both got good wrestling, good grappling, and it should be a good striking fight. Now, after that one, Sam Alvey, cut from UFC. I'm sorry I got to do it, Sam, but you're cut from the UFC. It had to have been done. It had to be done. I'm so sorry, Sam. I know you're one of the greatest fighters to ever do it inside of the UFC, but you know we had to do this. Now for Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, making his debut in the middleweight division, used to be a light heavyweight fighter, but went out there and just freaking destroyed Sam Alvey right there. Let's give him a good fight. Let's give him a guy that's going to go out there and make this a very, very good striking fight. Not too many guys. And a lot of the guys that would make it a good striking fight have either, gone on a win streak or something like that, or they're very, very high on the ranking. So I'm thinking Ian Heinisch, who's coming off a loss to Nazardine and Kelvin Gastelum. I'm thinking him or Julian Marquez. Either one of those two fights is a banger. You have to admit. A fight with a guy like Ian Heinisch would be amazing with Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. A fight with Julian Marquez would be amazing with Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. So I'm gonna do. Let's do Ian. Let's do Ian. I love the sound of that. I really do like that type of fight. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, Ian Heinisch. Good fight in the middleweight division. After that one, Eric Gonzalez, sorry about that. We're going to have to do it to you. Cut from UFC. Now for Terrence McKinney. A lot of people saying, Paddy the body lot. Let's give Terrence McKinney the Paddy the body. Nah, I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. His only loss was to this guy right here, Drew freaking Dober, who's number 15 on Tapology. But there's a little bit less than that on the actual rankings. But Terrence McKinney is at number 30 right there, going out there, submitting Fairzian, beating Matt Favola, beating Eric Gonzalez, and only losing to Drew Dober. He does deserve a step up, but not too much of a step up in competition. Renato Moicano would be good, Diego Ferreira would be a fun fight, Joe Alvarez would be a good one, but I don't like any of those ones. I'm talking Brad Riddell. Terrence McKinney. We just saw Brad get knocked out by Rafael Vazia. We saw him get submitted by Jalen Turner. Let's bring in a guy that can do both of those things. I mean, he can knock out Brad and he can submit Brad, just like Jalen, just like Rafael Vazia. Let's build that highlight reel for Terrence and give him another highlight for the reels. Brad Rydell versus Terrence McKinney, another good one. In the UFC's, lightweight division. That's a good one right there. Augusto Sakai. Interesting fight. Interesting fight. Should we cut him, guys? Should we cut Augusto Sakai from the UFC? I don't know. He's almost to that realm where I would consider maybe cutting Augusto. He's on a 4-fight losing streak and has been finished by knockout in every single one of them. But let's not make a waste of that. Let's give an up-and-comer a good, easy win. And that up-and-comer, who's it going to be? Jonathan Almeida could be, but he's already fighting Shamil. So that was going to be my guy, but I'm going to have to go a little bit lower. In these rankings. Who are we going to fight? Martin Buday. I'm going to do that. Martin Buday. It does seem like that's going to be a good up-and-comer that deserves, if he wins this next fight with Lucas Brzezinski, which I think he does, one good win, and then boom, top 15. That one good win, Augusto Sakai. So let's do it. Martin Buday, Augusto Sakai. Let's get Augusto knocked out again. Let's do it again. Now, Sergey, obviously, is going to get a top 15 fight. There's no doubt about that. But who is it going to be against? Let's check those top 15 rankings for the heavyweight division. So he did lose to number 6, Tom Aspinall. He's not going to, I don't really expect him to go all the way up to number 10 or the top 10 of the heavyweight division. I can't really see it. But I'm going to say loser of Marcin and Romanov. I'm going to say loser of that fight, or it would have to be Derek Lewis maybe, but I don't think Derek would take the fight. He's only taking good strikers against himself. Not going to get up there. So I'm going to have to say Marcin Tybura. I'm going to have to say Marcin Tybura at this point. Do another good wrestler versus wrestler, grappler versus grappler type of fight. Sergey Spivak versus Marcin. Marcin and Sergey have already fought before, I know. It was back in 2020, but again, who else is there for Sergey? Is he going to fight Romanov? No. Is he going to go outside the top 15? Probably not. Are they going to give him Jairzinho? No. I think they're going to put Derek Lewis and Jairzinho Rosenstruck, and if Marcin is coming off a loss at that point, I think they put him against new and improved Sergey Spivak. Sergey at this point is just looking absolutely relentless in the heavyweight division. So we're going to have to do the rematch. Sergey versus Marcin Tybura. After that one, we got Brogan Walker, who just got dominated by Juliana Miller. I thought maybe she'd be able to defend the takedowns, but goddamn, the fight IQ was so bad. It was so freaking bad, man. I kid you not. Why is she clinching with Juliana Miller? I don't know why. But we're going to give her a girl that's probably going to be on her way out in Poliana Botelho right there. Poliana Botelho, a girl that's pretty young in her career right there, but, beat Lauren Morwellers, Yuri Kondo, Pearl Gonzalez. Dude, she's not a good fighter. She's not a good fighter. Brogan is not really the best either. But she's experienced and loser cut from the UFC at that point. Let's just make this a cut from the UFC eliminator fight. Brogan Walker versus Poliana Botelho. Now let's see if I can find Juliana Miller. Is she even on this thing? Is she on the Tapology rankings? Did they not put her on there for some reason? Let's see. Juliana Miller. She's ranked 53rd. That doesn't make sense. She's ranked less than Brogan? That's so dumb. That is so dumb for Juliana Miller. We're going to put... Whoops. Let's press enter. We're going to put Juliana Miller right here. I don't know why she's lower than Brogan Walker on the Tapology rankings. That's just Tapology rankings for you. Let's see. Not a top 15, obviously. It's going to have to be someone coming off a loss that has shown a little bit of a weakness in their jiu-jitsu. Could be Maria Agapova. She's got submitted by Marina Moroz in the last fight. She's got bad cardio. She's fighting Jillian Robertson, though. Priscilla Kashkoheda, Ariane Lipsky, Courtney Casey. Could be a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go veteran. I'm gonna have to go her against a veteran. If she wins against Courtney, cut her from the UFC. I was thinking either Courtney Casey or probably the loser Jillian Robertson versus Maria Agapova. But that's way in September 17th, right there. I don't think Juliana is really that cut up or anything from her fight with Brogan. So let's give her a good fight. Courtney Casey, good veteran in this division. Good fight. Sorry about that. Let's go Muhammad Usman, Zach Paunga. Zach Paunga. Who? Whoopsies. Forgot to press enter again. Who do we give Zach? Because he was winning that fight against Muhammad. 2 judges gave him round number 1. One of them gave Muhammad Usman round number 1. But obviously, he's a very legit striker in this heavyweight division. Undefeated as a pro, undefeated as an amateur, and then got knocked out by Usman right there. Now, he's not ranked on the UFC Tapology for some reason. Even though, I mean, he's beaten some guys that are actually ranked on the UFC's heavyweight division Tapologies. Again, I don't know what's up with that, but who do we give Zach? Who do we give Zach? I mean, Josh Parisian, nah, he's coming off a win. Martin Budet, Lucas Brzezinski, no. Dos Santos might have to be someone outside the top 50, if I'm being honest with you. Chase Sherman, no, he's coming off a win. Davion Franklin, that's a Bellator guy. Jarice Danaho? Nah. Justin Tafa could be a good one. Came off a good win over Harry Hunsucker. I can see that being a fireworks. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Jorgen De Castro. I'm just kidding. Justin Tafa versus Zach Paunga. Loser. Sorry. Goodbye. Out of the UFC. Or, probably got to cut weight. But I'm going to say Zach Paunga versus Jorgen De Castro. I keep getting the name wrong. Versus Justin Tafa. I know they fought before. But yeah, Justin Tafa versus, of course, Zach Paunga. And who for Usman? Who for Usman? We gotta give him a winnable fight. Of course, since he's an Usman brother, put him on UFC 278. Actually, that's in like a week or so. Sorry, we can't put him on the other Usman card. Never mind about that one. But who do you give Usman? Coming off a very good victory, a very good knockout win over Zach Paunga. Do you give him a top 50 on Tapology? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But who is that guy going to be? I know Carlos isn't in the UFC before. Got to be someone coming off a loss. So Dontel Mays. Dontel, nah. Dontel could be too strong. Dontel could be, to be honest with you. I don't really want to do that one, but Dontel, if I can't find anyone else, it's going to have to be Dontel Mays. We could do Chase Sherman. Be a good striking fight. I don't know. I can't really think of too many people for Muhammad Usman to make it a good striking fight. Let's do Chase Sherman. Let's do Chase Sherman right there. Chase has been finished a lot, but he hasn't been knocked out in a very long time. And he's got good power in his hands as well. So let's put on a good striking fight there. Muhammad versus Chase. If Chase loses, at that point, he's got to get cut from the UFC. But I know they extended him for a short notice fight with freaking Alexander Romanov for some reason. But let's do that one. Let's do that one. Then we got Jeff Neal, Vicente Luque. Where do we put Vicente? Where do we put Vicente on this list? Because before this fight card started, he was at number 6, I believe, on the welterweight division. Yeah, number 6 on the welterweight division rankings. Where do we put him now? He's going to be going down the rankings after losing at number 13. But I say Vicente Luque, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Vicente Luque versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. That's going to be my fight right there. That's going to be mine. I think that'd be a good one. I think Shavkat destroys him. He can knock him out. He can submit him. He can do whatever he wants to Vicente Luque in that fight. But Vicente, man. Vicente, you're on a 2-fight losing streak against guys that are worse than Shavkat Rakhmonov. Shavkat's below him. Deserve to get in the top 15, but literally nobody else is going to accept Shavkat. Sean has a fight. Jorge never will accept. Steven's never going to accept. Bilal has a fight. Burns is not going to accept because they're training partners. Hamza is fighting freaking Diaz. Leon got the title fight. The only fight to make. Luque, Shavkat. Let's make it happen. Now, for my boy Jeff Neal. He's not going to get Gilbert Burns. He's not going to get Gilbert Burns, in my opinion. I don't think so. The reason being is Gilbert, he's probably going to look for the money fight with Jorge, and I think Jorge's going to accept. I think Jorge will accept that fight. Gilbert Burns, Jorge is most likely going to be the fight. But now, that Jeff is a little bit higher ranked right now. He's looking to fight one of those wrestlers or grapplers. I mean, he called out Gilbert Burns after the card was over, so he obviously wants a good wrestler or grappler. So if he wants that, he's not going to get Gilbert Burns, but you know, we can give him the loser of Brady. It's August 7th right now. August, September, October. 2 months. We can give him the loser of Belal Sean Brady. We could do that. Or we could do the loser of Edwards versus Usman if Leon loses. But I'd rather just do Belal Muhammad versus Jeff Neal, because it looks like his wrestling has improved and is looking like he wants to fight a wrestler and grappler in Gilbert Burns. I think Belal loses to Sean Brady, so that'd be a good fight to maybe get Jeff Neal inside of that top 5 and get him some good matches. So Jeff Neal versus Belal Muhammad. Instead of Gilbert. I don't think he's going to get the Gilbert fight. Now, Thiago Santos, I was thinking maybe just retire at this point. I don't know. Thiago, if you're watching, if you're listening, probably just retire at this point is my opinion there. But if you're not going to retire after going, 1-5 in your last 5 fights, granted, champion, future title challenger, possible future title challenger, granted, some good fighters, and you beat a champion right there in Jan Blachowicz. It's just, dude, you got knocked out right there. You got submitted by Glover. You got easily unanimous decision with Alexander Rakic. Your only win was Johnny Walker, and you could not knock the man out. So I would say retire, but I'm assuming he's probably going to keep on fighting in this UFC light heavyweight division. As of right now, he's going to move down a few spots. Number 7, number 8. Volkan's going to probably move in front of him. And at this point, can't give him Johnny Walker, but what you can do, Nikita has a fight. Ryan. Do we give him Ryan? Do we give him Ryan Spann? What's Ryan? Ryan's most recent win was Kutalaba. I'd rather Ryan Spann versus the loser of Uzdemir versus Krylov. I'd rather that. I'm thinking about rather, because he's taking a lot of damage. He got knocked out in the fight. It's going to take a while before he gets another fight inside the UFC. I'm thinking Dustin Jacoby. I know he has a fight. Don't correct me in the comments. I know he has a fight. I don't know when. I forgot when it's going to happen. I know Jacoby has a fight soon against Khalil Roundtree, October 29th, so not that soon. But he's on a crazy win streak. He just beat Dawoon Jung, beat Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, John Allen, Darren Stewart, Justin Ledet, Grisham, and it's about to beat Khalil Roundtree. I think give Dustin that much needed step up in competition. Thiago Santos, Dustin Jacoby, 3-round co-main event of a fight night. Make it happen. Now you've seen the title of this video. You know what it's going to be. Jamahal Sweet Dreams Hill versus Dominick Reyes. I know you guys are probably thinking, let's do Jamahal Hill versus Alexander Rakic. Let's do Jamahal Hill versus Jan Blachowicz like he was calling for. Let's do him for the title fight. Nah, he's not going to get any of that. Not going to get any of those fights. Jan is not going to accept it. He wants the title fight, or he wants the next best thing, which is going to be a Glover Teixeira rematch, which automatically will get him the title fight. And again, that could happen. Jan could get the title fight. They could do Magomed Ankalaev for the title fight. There's so much happening in that top 4 of the division. Plus, Rakic is out with his knee injury. I don't know if Hill's going to be able to get the Alexander Rakic fight in time to really have that fight happen before Jamahal wants to fight. Anthony Smith also has an injury, so they kind of rule those ones out. And, I mean, this top 4 right here, again, I don't really know what's going to happen there. So let's give Jamahal Hill another main event with a guy that's been in a lot of main events recently, in Dominick the Devastator Reyes. He's on a 3-fight losing streak to champion. So let's do that. Dominick Reyes, Jamahal Sweet Dreams Hill. Those are the fights to make next after UFC Fight Night. Santos versus Hill. I got Jamahal Hill versus Dominick Reyes. I have, of course, let's zoom it in a little bit right here. I have, of course, Jamahal Hill, Dominick Reyes. I got Thiago Santos, Dustin Jacoby, Belal Muhammad versus Jeff Neal, Vicente Luque, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Chase Sherman versus Mohamed Mokaev, I'm just kidding, Muhammad Usman, Justin Tafa, Zach Paunga, Courtney Casey, Juliana Miller, Brogan Walker, Poliana Botello, Marcin Tybura, Sergey Spivak, Augusto Sakai versus Martin Buday if he wins this weekend. Terrence James McKinney versus Brad Riedel. Eric Gonzalez out of the UFC. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk versus Ian Heinisch. Sam Alvey out of the UFC. Brian Battle versus Matt Semmelsberger. Takashi Sato versus Mike Malott. Corey McKenna versus Polyana Viana. Miranda Granger, cutter from the UFC. Stephanie Edgar versus Jocelyn Edwards. And of course, Mayra Bueno Silva versus Carol Rosa. Those are the fights that make next. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Put your thoughts down below in the comment section. Alright, that's our second to last thing right there. That's bold that. And then we got today's MMA news. There's not too much to go over, but we will check it out anyways, in case there's some good topics to go over. And once we're done, as usual, we will be reading every single freaking comment. That's what we're going to be doing. So, let's see. August 7th. Let's see. Performance bonuses. Fedor. Leandro Lo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend, dead? Oh my gosh, okay. I've been calling out Yuri for 2 years now. Interesting. We go on to the light heavyweight division. Jamahal Hill versus Yuri Prochazka. In the light heavyweight division, Jamahal says he's been calling Yuri Prochazka out for 2 years now. Now, obviously, I don't think he's going to get a fight with Yuri Prochazka at this point. I'm thinking Dominick Reyes, maybe Jan Blachowicz. Maybe he goes down in the rankings and fights like Volkan Ozdemir. I don't know. But I seriously doubt he's going to get Yuri Prochazka right now. Now, in a few years, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years, if Yuri Prochazka is still champion and Jamahal Hill is still able to go out there and keep on knocking out his opponents, dude, this could be a banger of a fight in the UFC light heavyweight division. I mean, I can't even wait. I mean, if Yuri goes out there, beats guys like Magomed Ankalaev, beats Glover Teixeira in a rematch, beats Jan Blachowicz, wins all of those fights, and Jamahal Hill rises the rankings, this is going to be fireworks in the light heavyweight division. But Hill just got a very good win over Thiago Santos, knocked out Johnny Walker before that, and only lost a very fluke loss to Paul Craig. If that fight happens again, Jamal's going to knock him out, in my opinion. But this is going to be a good one. Eventually, if it does happen, hopefully it does happen. I really, really do hope so. If it doesn't happen, that'll be a shame. But I think the next fight to make is Jamahal Hill versus Dominick Reyes, and then Yuri Prochazka probably versus Magomed Ankalaev. I would love to see Magomed go out there and fight Jan Blachowicz, maybe even do Yuri versus Glover Teixeira, but probably Yuri versus Magomed, and then Jamahal versus Dominick Reyes, then maybe he gets the loser of the title fight with Yuri and Magomed, and then maybe do Jamahal for the title fight. But could be a good future title fight. Who do you think would win? 5 rounds. Yuri Prochazka versus Jamahal Hill. After that one, we go on to the lightweight division. Michael Chandler's motivation for of course, the Poirier fight at UFC 281, which is not even going to be the main event, which is insane to me that a fight this magnitude, this much of a banger in the UFC is not going to be the main event. But it is a pay-per-view, it is UFC 281, so we can sort of understand the reasoning why it is not going to be the main event of the card, and then they just put a title fight on that card as well. I mean, UFC 281, Adesanya versus Pereira right there. I don't know if this fight is going to be 5 rounds. I don't know if it's going to be 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Either way, it's going to be a damn banger of a fight in the lightweight division, and one of these two guys is gonna get wobbled at least once or twice in this fight. Now, let's see, what is the motivation behind Michael Chandler? Michael Chandler says title shot, not bad blood, as the motivator for Dustin Poirier fight. You guys in the comment section are all talking about, oh my god, Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier at UFC, whatever pay-per-view. They had their little clash, their little feud. They were talking to each other. That's not the reason this fight is being made. The reason the fight is being made is because what are the other fights for Michael Chandler? We go to the UFC rankings. As of right now, in the UFC's lightweight division, not that many of these fights in this UFC lightweight division can put him right back in line to potentially get another title fight. Let's take a look at the lightweight division. We got Oliveira, we got Gaethje, we got Michael Chandler, we got Islam, we got all of these guys right here. If Michael Chandler can go out there and be arguably the number one contender in Dustin Poirier, does that put him in line for the title fight? I think it kind of does. Now, does anyone want to see that? Possibly. They would love to see Michael versus Islam, Dustin Poirier versus Islam. Whatever the case may be, the winner of this fight can definitely earn a title fight with a win right here. And I totally agree that is a good motivation to fight Dustin Poirier, because without Charles Oliveira vacating his UFC lightweight belt, Dustin Poirier is the number one contender. And if, of course, Islam Makhachev wins, if Charles Oliveira wins, either way, I can see the winner of this fight fighting for the belt, even though Chandler has already lost to of course, Charles Oliveira and has lost to Justin Gaethje. This could be a fight to get either guy back into that title picture and get another crack at Oliveira, or a good fight with Islam Makhachev. But what do y'all think? Who wins, Chandler or Dustin Poirier? And do they win against Oliveira or Islam Makhachev? Good fight. After that one, Juliana Miller, terrified to be in the UFC. Interesting. Bueno Silva, fight with character. Yeah, I don't know what Stephanie Egger was doing there, man. Juliana Miller admits to being terrified to be in the UFC so soon. Juliana Miller, terrified to be in the UFC so soon. I mean, I think she has a record of like 4 wins and 1 loss. And after her win over Walker, I think it's now 3 wins and 1 loss. Sorry about that. But she's not the most experienced fighter, but she is a very good one at that. Good wrestling, good grappling. And she says she was scared, but she should not be scared. She went out there and dominated Brogan Walker on the ground. I mean, she took her down. I mean, yes, Brogan had really bad fight IQ and just kept on clinching with Juliana Miller, but Juliana did amazing. And she got the Ultimate Fighter trophy right there. She got the UFC contract, and I can't wait to see what's next. What do y'all think about Juliana Miller's performance? And why is she terrified, man? She did amazing in that fight. Who did Juliana Miller fight next in the flyweight division? Shevchenko explains reason for vocal presence during sisters' fights. Muhammad explains why he's cheering for Diaz over Liar Chimaev, because if Diaz wins, you get the title fight. If you win, Sean Brady. That's as simple as it is right there. We go on to the welterweight division. Bilal Muhammad explains why he's cheering for Nate Diaz over Liar Chimaev right there. Now right here, Muhammad says backs Diaz to ruin the Chimaev party. The big money fight that they're trying to make is Hamza against the winner of Kamaru and Leon, Muhammad said. But for me, I'm Team Diaz over here. So Nate, hit my line and I'll come out there and help you train. We'll win this fight. Now, we know the reason. He can say all of this stuff he wants right here. We know the reason. Let's check the welterweight division. Colby, not going to get a title fight. Leon is about to get a title fight. Gilbert, not going to get a title fight. Then there's Bilal. If Bilal beats Sean Brady, yes, that's probably not going to be enough to really get a title fight in most instances, but Usman has already cleared the top 5 of the welterweight division, and if Chimaev somehow goes out there and loses to Nate Diaz and Nate Diaz leaves the UFC, voila, Bilal Muhammad gets a title fight. It's as simple as that. He can say all of his reasons for the reason he wants Diaz to win is because he's a liar and things like that. The only reason is because if Chimaev loses, Bilal gets the title fight. That's literally it. But what do y'all think about this in the welterweight division? Gamrot's grappling against other UFC lightweights. Names who's a middleweight goat is Silva or Adesanya. After that one, we go on to the lightweight division. Never mind, we go on to the UFC's lightweight division, but Neil Dariush rates Mateusz Gamrot's grappling against other UFC lightweights. They're going to be fighting at UFC 280, and right here he says he's definitely top 3 in terms of scrambling in our division. Dariush said he's a great grappler, striking is very good as well. He knows how to set up his punches. I think he's always going to be looking for the takedown, but his striking is good as well. I would say he's behind me, Islam, and Charles Oliveira. I just say the 3 of us are ahead of him. So he's saying, but Neil Dariush, number 1 grappler. I mean, he's got a little bit of bias there. Then Islam Makhachev, and then Charles Oliveira, and then Mateusz Gamrot. And I'm going to have to disagree only with the one part right there where, you know, You know, we got Beneil Dariush as number one right there. I'd have to say number 1 Charles Oliveira, number 2 Islam Makhachev, number 3 Mateusz Gamrot, and number 4 Beneil Dariush. But what do y'all think? Who is the best grappler and who's the top 3, top 4 grapplers? Put it in order down in the comment section below. After that one, we go on to the middleweight division. Derek Brunson names the middleweight GOAT, Silva or Adesanya. This is going to be a quick one. Let's just see who it is. If we're going to go martial artists, I had to go Anderson. Brunson said if we're going to go who's doing well, like Izzy, you can't take nothing from him. The guy came from kickboxing. He learned the craft, he come, and he's dominated. He's fighting wrestlers. He's fighting kickboxers. But he says Silva is the harder opponent than Israel Adesanya. Very interesting in the middleweight division. Well, that is it for today's MMA news. We got Brunson saying Adesanya is not as good of a GOAT as Israel Adesanya at this point. We got Dariush giving his opponents Gamrot the number 4 spots in the UFC's lightweight division of best grapplers. We got Bilal Muhammad actually going out there saying he will train Nate Diaz to beat Khamzat Chimaev, so, you know, Bilal can get his title fights. We also have some good news. Not really good news. Juliana being terrified to be in the UFC too soon. Who do y'all think she should fight next? We got Michael Chandler's reason to be fighting Dustin Poirier. Number 1, money. Number 2, if he wins, it's going to be against the number 1 contender, and it could get him a title fight. I'm going to be honest with you. This fight could get Michael Chandler a title fight, as well as Dustin Poirier a title fight in the lightweight division, as well as Jamahal Hill, Yuri Prochazka. Jamahal Hill calling out Yuri Prochazka for 2 years now. Insane news there. But that's today's MMA news. Put your thoughts down below. Any more MMA news that I did not cover in the video, make sure to comment that down below and send me the link. Maybe even go to my Instagram, Bert_MMA, and send me the link, and I'll definitely go over it. But that's it for today's MMA news. But yeah, that's about it. That's about it for our schedule. We got UFC Fight Night, Vera, Cruz, full card prediction. UFC Fight Night, Vera, Cruz, most confident picks right there. Contender Series Week 3, full card prediction and confident picks. Fights to make after Dominick after Hill versus Santos, as well as today's MMA news. Now, for the MMA Q&A is all I really got next. So, we're gonna try to fix this thing up right here. We're going to go on to the YouTube studio so I can get your comments on the screen. I got to figure out how to do that because we're going to read every single comment that is in here right now. Every one of them, not even one I will miss. Let's see. I have to set it up a certain way so I can actually get the let's turn monetization. Let's make some money here, boys. All right, let's see. Let's go to top chat. All right. Whoops. All right. 1 second. This is gonna take a little bit. I haven't been familiar with doing this. So let's go pop out chat. We'll have that right there. All right. Then we go like that. Window capture. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Let's go. Sorry, where was it? We got to delete it really quick and then re-add it. I keep having to do that with the window capture thing right here. All right, so select option should be the studio. This one right there. Done. And then let's see. Let us see. So the top chat over here, we're going to go like that. I forgot how to do it. I really forgot how to do this one. Let me go back to the studio. Sorry, it's gonna take a while. I gotta figure it out so I can put the comments on the screen so y'all can see it. So it's gonna take a little while. I was trying to figure it out before the stream started, but it's one of those things that I'm just really not that good with the technology side of YouTube. So bear with me for a little bit here, guys. Bear with me for just a little bit. Let's go to stream. Edit. Is it this thing? Is that the pop-out chat that I'm thinking of? Pop-out chat. That's not it either. Okay, it was on Chrome. That's why. Sorry guys. 1 second. Let's go on to Chrome. I forgot it was a Chrome extension. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to read y'all's comments. Alright. So let's take this one off. We'll delete that. Streamlabs. We can delete that one as well. Oh, I hate this technology. Jesus. Alright. Next. Alright. This should be it, right? There we go. There we go. There we go. Top chat. Pop out chat. There we go. There we go. That's it. That's it. We got it. We got it, guys. We figured it out. All right. So we'll go here. We'll full screen it. Hello. We'll full screen that. We'll go Windows. I do not like that. I do not like this technology, man. Studio again. And then minimize that. Option. Alright. Put that in center. About there. And then let's see, where's the other thing at? There it is. Alright, let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. I'm not 100% sure if it will or won't, but you know, let's see. Let's see. I did mess this up a little bit there though. Option. Boom. Alright, let's read these dang comments. Botello beats Brogan easily, in my opinion. Damn. Not even putting the whole damn thing. Let's cut this. And then make it wider that way, maybe? Or we go that. Maybe like that. Lower. Bigger. Alright, that should be good. That should be pretty okay. Oh my god. I need to figure out this damn technology, man. Alright. Let's make this thing a little bit freaking smaller. I'm sure half of y'all have left the stream by now. But it don't matter. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. A little bit more. And right there. About 50-50. Oh, yeah. There we go. Botello beats Brogan easily. Possibly. Given the grappling and wrestling of the last fight was not really that good. It was pretty bad to watch, the last fight for her right there. So, Hamdi lost me so much money. I don't want to see that name for a while. Hamdi Abdel Wahab beating Don'Tale Mayes in his last fight. It was a good fight. He rocked Don'Tale round one. Don'Tale, I mean, something happened with his eye. He was able to land some good shots. And then Hamdi obviously used the wrestling in the last round right there. So that was a good fight. I mean, you can't be too mad at Hamdi. He's a good wrestler and did what he had to do in that one. She also looked like she was tripping hard before the fight too. She had those shroom eyes. I say shotgun. You say wedding. Yeah, man. She had that immovable stare, lol. Who are y'all talking about? Juliana Miller, most likely. I'm assuming. Yeah, her striking didn't look that bad either with her reach and had improvements she can do well. Yeah, I believe Juliana Miller can definitely improve a lot and rise the ranks. So can Brogan Walker. If her fight IQ improves and she doesn't freaking initiate the clinch with a good wrestler or grappler, her striking is decent. She's got good counters. As long as they don't put her against a grappler or a wrestler, she's going to win. MMA Jesus, give Usman someone that'll send him to the Shadow Realm so he can reunite with his... Oh my god, that is a dark comment right there. Jesus, MMA Jesus. Give Zach a light heavyweight? I would say so, but I saw interviews. Actually, you're right. So I've seen interviews where he said he wanted to go with a heavyweight division for this season because he can't make light heavyweight 4 times in a row. That's interesting. You could give him a light heavyweight. I have to see an interview or something like that, and that would say that he's willing to go down to light heavyweight and willing to do the cut. As of right now, we don't really know just yet. I like her attitude as well. Juliana, for sure, for sure. Ice Viking. You say a wedding? Yeah, she seems really positive. Yeah, she does. That's your full name. I say shotgun. You say a wedding. She's a very positive fighter for sure. Usman versus Sherman. Why not? What other fight? What other fight, man? For Muhammad Usman at this point in his career, knocking out Zach Ponga, a light heavyweight, who you gonna put him against? You got to put him against a guy that just is really not that good, and that Usman could probably get a good knockout over. Usman versus Sherman. Why not? Rogue Jedi. Aren't you in a gang? No. No, I am not in a gang. Why is it so freaking laggy, man? I gotta stop moving my face. This is the laggiest thing I've ever seen. Alright? Why is it so laggy? I'm gonna stay still for a little bit right now. I'm gonna stop moving because this lag is really driving me a little crazy. I don't know what's up with it. What am I on? I'm on 5G. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up. What's up with my Wi-Fi? Usman versus Sherman would be good. Yeah, be an okay fight. Dawkins actually would be cool for Usman, even though that's high up. The Usman name value might make it possible. You're saying Muhammad Usman versus Chris Dawkins? You never know. You never know. Yeah, you're right. The Usman name value could get him it, but I highly doubt. I highly doubt they're gonna get him that. Usman versus Hamdi. Don't even say that. Don't even say Usman versus Hamdi. Blagoy Ivanov. No, do not give Muhammad Usman Blagoy Ivanov. No, don't do it. Mays makes sense because he beat Usman a long time ago. He did. He beat Muhammad Usman. Yeah, that could make some sense. That could make some sense. Usman versus Hamdi, a striker's delight. Oh my God, I do not want to see that. Do not want to see that fight. Fair points. Vicente Luque going to the B League soon? No, he's still top 15 caliber, just not high top 15 caliber. Give him a Shavkat. Feed him to the, not the wolf. Hamza Chimaev is the wolf, but feed him. Feed him. That's all I gotta say. Feed Vicente Luque. Feed him. Dude's trash. Who? Mays? I don't know who you're talking about. You gotta specify. Mays would be good too. Possibly. Vicente to retirement. Not yet. It's only 2 losses. Bilal main event. Jeff Neal co-main. Not yet. Not yet. Vicente made a living beating on bums. But now that's over. It's not over yet. He's gonna go outside the top 15 and beat some bums there. Low. Sad times. I think Gilbert beats Masvidal. Who doesn't? Facts went by so quick. I think Masvidal loses every high-profile matchup apart from Conor. You know, I would agree. Like money fights, except for Conor. Yeah, maybe he beats Poirier, but they're training partners. I'd sort of agree with that one. Thiago needs that dad money. Only started getting the big pays after Johnny. So I get why he still does. Anytime I get down on myself, I remember that I don't have kids and I'll never will, and it gets all better. It's an interesting comment. King Bert. Great MMA analysis. Why, thank you very much. True, but it's sad to know your bloodline is over Lamau Austral High. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Is Mai Tai Panda? Oh, you changed your name. Mai Tai, what's up in the comments? Ice Viking Bert is goated this live stream, pumping out this handful of videos back to back. You know, we're always goated. I mean, today extra goated, except for the freaking lag. I'm looking at it on my phone right now. Lagging all over the place. We gotta fix that. Either I gotta get a better Wi-Fi or something like that, or I don't know. Or I gotta get like a camera that'll hook into this. That'll actually not every 2 seconds. So we'll try. We gotta figure that out. I don't know what's up with that. Hill versus Reyes makes the most sense. I agree. Put some respect in my name. Kamaru Usman. Nobody works harder. Let me think. Trying to think. Guru? No. Fight Night Picks? No. Out of the MMA predictors, I probably agree with that, but again, I'm a little bit biased, so you know, put someone in the comment section that works harder than Bert, and I'll check them out, check their channel out. But I pump out live streams, videos, predictions almost every single day. No, I got plenty of people in my fam out there. Like I'll never bark talk too loud. I don't know why I said bark. I say shotgun. You say wedding. I don't know how you made such a long name right there, but I remember when Bert got grounded and couldn't host his channel, lol. No shade, though. He's still got a solid future ahead of him. I know. It's literally just my parents kind of disrupting the UFC and MMA YouTube channel career. That's literally it. I probably have 10,000 subscribers, 11,000, 12,000 by now, if it wasn't for my parents. Every time I get in trouble for whatever reason, they'll just, YouTube, done for a little while. Reyes Hill could be a great matchup. I agree. Look at McGregor. Dude is angry all the time for some reason. Roids. He hasn't fought in a while. Roids. I like Hill versus Krylov. Volkov winner. Nah, give him Reyes. Dom's on a 3-fight losing streak. Yes, champion. So yeah. Where does Almeida fit into this? Who are you talking about? Jailton Almeida? Where does Jailton Almeida fit into this? Let me check the UFC rankings really quick. Let me check those UFC rankings. He's going to beat Shamil. No doubt about that. He can go down to light heavyweight and fight like anyone. But he's in the heavyweight division right now. He can become a champion there, but I think what's smarter for him is just to be... I would go back to light heavyweight and fight Paul Craig. Why not Paul Craig? You never know. That could be a good fight. That could be a good one. Hill versus Yan, maybe? No, again, Yan is not accepting the fight. Yan is fighting Magomed Ankalaev. He's doing the Glover rematch, or he's getting the title fight. He's not going that low to fight Jamahal Hill. Not happening. Good thing about UFC matchmaking is they're typically very good at giving us fights we want to see. I agree. For the UFC, I got Gogidines and Boudet. Can anyone recommend anyone more solid? Alhamdulillah, Berts. Conor McNeil, Bam Dia Fala Galera. I'm guessing I just said something very wrong in some other language. Hope not, though. Dustin needs 2 wins before getting the title fight. Sure. But you do this one, and then you did Justin Gaethje, you got yourself a title fight. But if Chandler wins, you never know. He could get it. Or they maybe do him versus Conor. Winner gets a title fight. I don't know. We shall see. Boa Noit Galera. I don't know what that means. Benil versus Gamrot. Winner is your fight for the title. I agree with that one. But yeah, UFC is all about that money. So they might just do Poirier Chandler winner. We shall see though. Oh my god, it's lagging so much. I gotta fix that shit. Went to the wrong one. If Diaz wins, then no title fight for Hamza. Yes, that's the exact reason. Diaz is gonna get money whooped. I would agree. I don't know what that means, but I assume it's gonna mean he gets whooped. A mixed Wale Wapare. Nice. Lil Seal, cheese. Conor McNeil, cheese. Matt, hi, baby. Anhumas, Brazil. What the hell, man? What is that? What does that mean? Soccer? Okay. Bert, could you be Guru 1v1 versus soccer? Yeah. Yes, Charles Barkley. Yes. He's fat in the party, lad. The MMA Guru. All I got to do is run around him with a soccer ball. I'm sorry. That was a mix of some random languages and accents. I don't care. Yes, I beat him in soccer. It's not fair. Dude's in a wheelchair. That is also true. He can't use his legs. I get a bunch of free shots at the goal because he keep on doing handballs and stuff like that. But yeah, we shall see. That dude's not fair. I agree with him. Cancel Charles Barkley. What the hell just happened here? I don't know what just happened with my thing. It just went all the way to the bottom. Jesus. What was the next comment? Where'd it go? Diaz probably gonna pull out. Maybe, but I don't think so. Ice Viking, you need to click donate membership to whole chat, Bert. Imagine. Bro, I was so wasted at 3 a.m. last night and won some money with the fights. So I ordered, I don't know if we can say that on a YouTube channel, and she actually came through. Performance was like 7 points. What? I'm going to say what like 5 more times. What? I'm just kidding. No more. What the hell, man? Ice Viking, I bet 420 on Nate Diaz. Beat Fanatics. A little nice. GE, just let's go to get an ST something. I actually have a problem where I can't leave the stream till it's done for some reason. I hope you all have that problem. I'm just kidding. 100. What's up, babe? What the hell, man? What are you doing? Why are you commenting that? Do you see Usman taking care of baby Edwards? Taking baby care of Edwards? I don't know what that means, but let's just say yes. Jesus, that was a dark comment. Yes, it was. Solution is stop lag, stop moving head. Dude, watch this. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna just keep on talking right now. I'm barely gonna move my head. I'm not gonna even talk too much. It's still gonna lag. I bet it's still gonna lag right now. Let me check. I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna wait for it so I can see it on my phone. All right, I'm standing still. It's still freaking lagging. I'm not even moving my head. I'm just talking, and it's lagging. It's not how it works. It's gonna lag no matter what. My computer's ass. The MMA Jesus Usman versus the pool that take out his son. I don't know what that means either. Bert needs some Starlink. I don't know what that is. Bert and MMA experts work the hardest. Probably. Cancel Connor McNeil. That was a weird comment. Hap Chandler with the love emoji right there. Do you think Rachmanov can be future champion? I do think he will be future champion. Guru can't put in leg work, so his hustle like Bert can. That is true. The leg work. I get it. What's next? All the black fingers won. What does that mean? Coincidence? Black fingers? What does that mean? I don't know what that means, Jesus. What is that supposed to mean? I had a friend that was exactly like McGregor. Hop Chandler is a mod. Of course he is, man. I want Michael Chandler's adopted son to be mod. Of course. Of course. Is Alexa Grasso still fighting Vivi? It's moved later on. I'm not too sure the exact date, but go on Tapology, check the exact date. They moved it a while forward. A while back, sorry. Is good morning and fala galera is what's up in Spanish. Really? Oh, interesting. Tony Alfred, lol. Yeah, I screwed myself on DFS not picking McKenna and Neal. Won some money back doing a few lineups with Onama and Chito. Next weekend, Usman will call fake eye pokes and nut shots against Leon. I can see it. Leon pieces him up for 5 rounds. Possible. Bert, trying to say the longest town name in Welsh. Lanfer Pui Lagui Ingui Lelgorguri. Chewy Rabuliandis go. Yeah, that was it. I know you can't really see the whole thing on here, but yeah, that was it. Nice. Charles Barkley, I know you're too young to know what dial-up internet is, but you're definitely using a dial-up internet. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, man. I hate that zombie, though. What zombie? What's the girl's name? Priscilla Cashclera? Priscilla? I trust Hap with my life. We all do. Don't we all? Mm-hmm. Did I miss the predictions? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You stopped lagging if you moved out your mama's closet. It's a sheep, bro. It's a sheep. I know it's going to lag, like, horribly right now, but it's a sheep, man. It's the Bert MMA logo. The Bert MMA merch, you know what I'm saying, with a random monster. That's not the reason. It's not because I'm in the closet, man. Your feed was fine while you were recording for the videos. What changed? When I do like a full screen, like, I don't know, my face, it'll start lagging. If it's just my face in the corner, like at the bottom, like that, it doesn't lag for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just does. Yeah, no clue why. Herb Dean's gold standard was a late stoppage in the main event. Could both Herb and Bert explain? Nah, it was not a late stoppage, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Sakai stoppage was early. It was a little late, man. Priscilla catch a beating? Probably this weekend, too. Alright, that is it. We've gone through every single comments. Thank you guys for watching. That is number 1 episode for the Bert MMA Live. Bert MMA Live show. So if you want to be a part of it, we do it around 9, 10 o'clock for about 1 hour, 2 hours. We'll do the MMA Q&A at the end. We'll do predictions. We'll do confident picks. All that good stuff. I know I'm lagging like crazy right now. I don't care, man. If someone can help me try to figure out how to fix the lag, be greatly appreciated. I'll try to fix it before the next live stream tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. Conor McGregor a lot. Oh my god, I got my patty wig. One sec. Y'all leave? At least Guru has a shed. Bert, you need to come out of the club. It's not. You can see it. There's a bed right here, man. It ain't no closet. Lol. I gotta get my patty wig, man. Yo, Bert, there's a tip that changed my life. I always couldn't decide what side of the bed to sleep on and which pillow. So I got a huge body pillow and I sleep in the middle. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Who do you have? Cheeto versus Cruz? I got Cheeto, but he's one of my least confident picks. Oh, my card sleeps on the right side. What does that mean? Like this? Do I? No, I sleep with the I don't know. This side? That way. Sideways. So I think that's the left side. I don't know. I'm not 100% too sure. He lost to Cheeto? Who did? Who? Oh, he choked. I thought that said he lost to Cheeto for a second. I don't know why. I can't read. I'm dyslexic. Plus 200, he wakes up after 3 hours of sleep. Nah, man. I mean, it's 12:20 right here. You wonder why I don't reply to any comments before 12:20 the next day? Or, sorry, the same day? Jesus. It's because I do 12 hours of sleep, 12 hours of grind. That's a strategy. Unless I got wrestling in the morning. In that case, I'm going to have like 4 hours of sleep. Which is close. You said 3 hours. So, but yeah, we got the patty wig, which is the last thing I wanted to do in this live stream. I know it's going to be glitchy. It's going to be... I want to see the lag. Let me see what the lag is going to look like. Let me see what it's going to look like. One sec. Thanks for the content, Bert. Of course. Of course. We're going to clear that really quick. Oh, we still got the white thing. I forgot about that. Alright. Alright. Let's move that over there then. Alright. Patty wig time. I don't know how to open it. I don't know how to open it, but we'll see. We'll see. How's the summer going, Bert? How's the summer, Bert, going fast? Summer's going very good. Very, very good. High error. 405. Bert not found. Bert not found. Not anymore. I'm here, man. But we got the patty wig. I don't know which way is front, though. I'm wearing this every live stream from now on. No, that's definitely not it. Is that it? Can't see. I'm looking at the camera. There you go. I would think this way. But it could be like that, where all of that's up front. I'm Paddy the Baddy, lad. I go out there and I knock you out in the first round. Scousers don't get knocked out. If I don't get the knockout round 1, I'll take you down. I'll grab your back and I'll twerk on you after I submit you. You're going out cold. It's Modern Warfare 3, lad. You know it. We all know it. I'm the greatest pound-for-pound fighter. Molly Meatball McCann, this is for you, lad. You are the #1 female fighter in the... Alright. That's all I gotta do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. You need the intro music? Nah. Maybe, but nah.